Another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
Alarm off. Kettle on. Turn this up. Sun peeking through the curtains, we already in gear. Whole town tuned in, bring your coffee over here. Dial locked in, yeah, you know how we do. It's the community wake up with news you can use. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. Charles got the headline straight, never hollow. Damali got the game plan, moves you can follow. Traffic and the weather, what's popping at the school. From the block to the boardroom, we keep you in the loop. Yeah. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. From the front porch to the car, bustle. Keep it light, keep it real, keep the hometown muscle. Turn it up, let the whole crew know. You rockin' with the community wake up morning show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali. We are in the building on this Hump Day Wednesday. I am Charles.
And I'm Miss Damali.
And we are here to deliver the news you can use, culture, and conversation that moves community forward every single morning.
So today, our theme is expanding influence. We will be providing listeners with valuable information about our theme and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community each and every morning.
And the vision is a stronger, smarter, much, much more engaged community. Welcome, y'all, to the show. We are definitely going to help you get over the hump today. We appreciate everybody tuning in on NYCU.FM radio station. And that does not stand for New York City University. That stands for News You Can Use. Just in case you didn't know that. Also, we live and syndicated locally on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we get to tell our story our way. Don't forget about Juice Radio Show. Remember, it's going to be tomorrow night. It's every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D. Go see Uncle Bobby E and Stevie. They're going to get you hooked up with the Juice Radio Show, our high school program. We also on YouTube, the official World One Development News you can use. But you got the best seat in the house because we have a loaded show with a special guest going to be pulling up on us today, and you do not want to miss who this person is. Damali, how are thou is feeling on this morning?
You know what? I am doing pretty good today.
Pretty good?
Pretty good. Can't complain at all. Still got a little bit of sinus stuff happening, but you know, that fire still burning over there
sure
at the landfill. It's still going. So, I mean, it's tempered down. They put it down a lot, but it's still smoldering. And so I got to drive right through that in order to get, to the studio. So, yeah.
Probably like y'all trying to set me up, huh?
Yeah, it's setting me up for failure.
I know, that's crazy.
But I'm winning.
But that thing been burning for what, about 3 days now?
Yeah.
At least 3 days.
Yeah.
Y'all, somebody, you know what? At this point, you got to start dropping dirt from the sky. You got to get helicopters.
Right? Yeah.
You know how in California they said we ain't got no more time for this.
Right.
They just start bringing that in and getting that over because, like you said, that smoke just constantly coming in. Imagine the people that live really close.
I know.
And now they probably got to get up out of there.
Yeah.
Because you can't just sit and just breathe in smoke all day, all night for 3-4 days. That don't go because chemicals in there. Yeah. You don't know what all's up there burning.
Don't have no idea.
Because I'm telling you something that set you back. A dirty diaper. I mess around, put you in the hospital, that baby boo-boo on fire. Oh, no. I couldn't go for that. No, sirree. I can't do it that bad. You know what I'm talking about, too. That's a baby bomb. Yeah, they done burn that thing and let that thing come through there and get in your nostril.
Yeah, so I'm still in the struggle, but I'm making it. I'm surviving. So
I heard a little
it
bit.
Ain't gonna take me out.
A little bit of raspiness. But what were you up to yesterday? What you get into?
So, on yesterday, I want to give a shout out to Black media.
Come on.
Black media showed up on yesterday.
Yeah.
So yesterday we actually went to KJMM 105.3
right.
To promote our back to school bash, the Spreading Hope back to school bash that's going to be happening on this Saturday.
Right.
And let me tell y'all something. People always try to peg us against each other.
Right.
And act like we in competition and we scrapping for the, radio audience and all of that. We ain't doing none of that.
Don't even think about it.
Listen, when we went up to KJMM to visit with, and that's 105.3 for those of you who are in Tulsa. But when we went up there to visit, it's like family.
Right.
We got Will in there who came from the Juice Radio show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got Tikwa in there, which is just our sister from another mother that's just out in community doing some great things. Of course, Allie Shaw,
right.
Is over there. Shout out to Allie. She's our other sister.
A.B. Kenyatta.
Yeah. So I'm telling y'all, it's like we are family.
Y'all just call him Yada Nation.
Yeah,
how long you been over there?
Since Moses was here.
That's what I was thinking. I seen him and Jesus riding in North Tulsa, and they're like they still been riding since then. So nevertheless, I think that in our community, that's why we do the Juice Radio show, to try to expose the young people, because we don't have enough Black media. Now we cool with all media, but the bottom line is you want to see yourself sometime on media. And we cool with everybody. So white, black, green, yellow, Hispanic, Asians, but you still want to see yourself represented in the space.
Correct.
Because at least you're going to get a little bit of your flavor in the air.
Absolutely. And so, we got over there yesterday and we just had the best time. When I say the best time, we was over there kicking it so much so that we was like, oh, we got to go. We got another meeting,
stuff to do.
But we were able to go over with Velvet Brown Watts from Supporters of Families with Sickle Cell Disease and Stephen's mom,
Dr. Keys.
We were able to get over there, and she was representing Langston University,
right?
Tulsa. And so we went over and actually shared information about the Spreading Hope Back to School Bash that's going to be happening on this coming Saturday from 11 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. And they just interviewed us and talked about all of the things. Now, I was on air. Charles was on the air representing Edurac,
right?
Because that is the partner, that is our community partner who is actually a part of that that particular event. But we had the best time. And let me tell you something. When you put down your guards and you start talking and interacting and communicating with people, I learned something on yesterday. I learned, which I did not know, and shout out to Tikwa because she's a great mom.
Right.
But her daughter has a business. She's an entrepreneur. She's a baker.
Right.
And let me tell y'all something. I saw the pictures and her little flyer that she done put together.
It's awesome.
She's only 14 years old. But this young lady is doing amazing work. And that's what I'm saying. When you ain't in competition with each other, then you can celebrate each other, learn about each other, and know what else you're doing in community or what else that could benefit community from what it is that you're doing. So shout out to Tikwa for, just being a great mom, encouraging her daughter to be an entrepreneur and helping her daughter get the things set, because I know how it is. I remember those days of working a full-time job, going to school full-time, and trying to be a mama.
That's a lot.
And then a mama with a kid that's trying to be an entrepreneur, I can't even imagine.
Now, I might be in competition with you because I was in competition with Marquise and Birthright, but he brought cookies.
He did bring cookies.
I might have been in competition with Tika, but she brought some cookies.
Yeah.
Because possibility.
Yeah.
So cookies is what we're saying.
Hey, it's the
brings everybody to the table.
Yes.
But Damali, I'm glad you're saying that, because sometimes you have to get beyond what people may be thinking.
Yes.
And then just say something, because you said the number one thing. At the end of the day, we all are just people.
Yes.
And what are we all trying to do as people? We all just trying to make it.
Just
And the
trying to
best way
make
to make it is we got to make it together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was great yesterday, just to be able to do that, take some pictures and, share with, their radio audience about what it is that's happening in community, as we share and have been sharing for the last month about, what we're doing, over here on this platform.
And they have done a great job in community lately.
Oh yeah,
Jams,
yeah, for sure.
Kudos,
Yeah,
hats off to
they
them.
everywhere.
They've
Yeah.
been pulling up everywhere, but that's community and they're doing a phenomenal job. I didn't want to forget about AB either.
Yeah. No.
He got that voice.
I was getting there. I just,
there?
you just beat me to the punch.
Oh,
But, and just to say that we've always had a relationship with them. I mean, there are a lot of, Keisha the Daytime Diva and, just all of those folks that have gone on
Sonny.
to do things in bigger markets and things like that, that started out at that station. We've always been a friend. So, it was just good to go and visit and hang out just a bit.
I think also people like Ramal, the Hometown Heat.
Yeah,
Was over there for a long time. And I got DJ JB Smooth.
Yeah.
Was over there. So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
just keep it all in the family.
Yes. The other thing that we got to do on yesterday, which is why I said I'm happy and I'm celebrating Black media yesterday, was that we got to go to the Oklahoma Eagles District 1 City Council Candidate Forum.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And that was really
good.
Really good. Shout out to my cousin Gary Lee, who is over there once again, to say that we are not in competition. We work together.
Right.
That was the Greenwood way. We all celebrated each other. We all supported each other when each other were doing whatever it is that they were doing. So shout out to Gary Lee, his staff and crew, the Oklahoma Flyer, for just the amazing work that they're doing. Now let's talk about this forum on yesterday.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. What you think? What you think? What is your Here's the thing. Everybody was texting me this morning. I just want to know what you and Damali's reaction is. So first, if you went, we was live. If you wasn't there, you could have tuned into the live. But if you was in any form or fashion affiliated yesterday, we want to know what your reaction is. So Damali, ladies first, what's your immediate reaction to the forum last night?
So this is what I will say about last night's event. First of all, it was a class act, so kudos and shout out to the Oklahoma Eagle for the amazing job that you did. I did not get to get a taco. However, I heard that they were very good. I saw them and they smelled very good, but by the time we got there, it was time to get to it. So
that ain't really what happened. See, here's though, Damali. See, because I'm gonna go ahead and shoot. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know what time it is. So it was already a crowd, and there was still tacos left. But Damali, after about 10 to 15 people touch something, oh, she done. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that for the record. So if she don't get somewhere early and get her plate within 2-3 people, she ain't gonna eat nothing because she don't want nobody to breathe on her food. She don't want touch about. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That's what really happened.
And he's not lying. He's not lying.
At least you admit.
He's not lying. And and everybody could be okay, but I'm just real particular like that. I told y'all I'm a germaphobe, and it is what it is.
And it's other people that are like that. But Damali, we can get the whole buffet can be still full. But she said, wait a minute, 100, 200 people that came by. That's too many sneezes. That's too many fingertips. That's too many fingernails. I'm good. Give me a bottle. Good. So now she just down to things that are closed. So if you got some Lay's chips. You got a bottle of water that's still closed. If it's sealed,
I'll take it.
If it's sealed, she'll say, give me the stuff that's sealed. I'll take all them items. But if it's open to the public, it's closed to her.
So that is the truth. So we'll just park that right there. But in any event, just they had the food laid out. It was very nice. It smelled really good. But we came in and kind of got to it. Shout out to the moderator. I think he did a phenomenal job of keeping everybody on track, making sure that they stay within their time limit and all of that. Want to also say shout out to each and every one of the candidates. I believe that every last one of them did a phenomenal job. I believe that they answered the questions to the best of their ability. There was not a lot of shots fired. Because to me, I just think and that's the thing that I hate about politics is when you start getting tacky, and I just thought everybody stuck to their guns. I was, very happy to see, some of the transitions from the last forum that took place. And how some of the candidates actually leaned in more you know, and shared more. And I'm telling you, and the other thing that I was really happy about is to be able to see Mario, because he was not Mario Johnson, who was one of the candidates. He was not at the last forum.
Right.
That we attended. He had a prior engagement that he couldn't get out of in Oklahoma City, so he wasn't able to attend. So we didn't really get to see him, and really didn't get a feel for, you know, what he is wanting to do and how he is wanting to maneuver should he become the next District 1 City Council. And so it was good to see everybody. I think they had some really interesting questions, or some really interesting answers to some questions. One of them that I thought was a little different was Tom.
Yeah.
Tom, the question was, what career or what have you imagined yourself doing or being? And, you know, and he said, oh, well, well, it depends on what what time in life you're talking about.
Right.
And you know, so everybody's like, you know, we're interested. He said, oh yeah, because when I was younger, I wanted to be a tree.
I said, oh. I said, I'm done.
At that point.
Hey, look, if I'm a laugh, I'm a laugh. I laugh.
So I am trying to hold.
Look at our producer, Steven.
That's yeah.
Oh,
that's
it was over. It was over.
So
when
he said that, I'm trying to hold alive, and I am laughing because I'm like a tree of all things.
Forget that. When he said that,
I was like, okay, a tree.
No, my gum left and my water. I was in the middle of drinking and all that. It was released because I can't. You know what I mean? I'm from Arkansas. Yeah. We can't hold no. We got we got to go ahead and let a little bit. It's too much on the inside not to let a little bit out.
So I'm over there. So if you get to watch our live there, when he says this, you'll see the live bouncing up and down because I'm laughing.
Man,
you know, because I'm like a tree of all things.
He said when he was 4. He said when I was 4 years old, I wanted to be a tree. I said stop right there.
Yeah. But in my mind, I'm thinking, why are we going back to 4? We're really
cool.
Yeah.
Ain't no running going back to 4 if that's when you first what was the encounter with you in the tree that led you to say, you know what? Because the tree can't talk. The tree, and this is a peach tree, apple tree, pear tree. It's a lot of
exactly what kind of tree.
It's a lot of trees, but you know. But here's the thing: it may can be a deeper meaning that I didn't understand. But I just think in North Tulsa, when you say you want to be a tree, people don't know what to do with that. I don't think the other candidates knew what to do with that because it took them a minute to say, "Okay, Tom, okay," to
kind of settle in.
Where we from? You might not.
Yeah,
no, I'm just playing.
I don't know.
You got to be what you want to be.
Tree thing.
That's kind of like saying you want to be a cloud or something. I mean, it's just. I think they was talking about professions because
exactly
before you want to be or run for a council, go back to maybe what led to that, and from getting from a tree,
you know, a fireman. You know, I think Corinthi said a police officer. You know, I mean, so
a coach,
yeah. But I was not ready for a tree.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, transparency and honesty.
Maybe he just wants to sit somewhere and be quiet. You never know. But anyway, I wasn't ready.
Yeah, so I wasn't ready for that. But I will say this. I felt like each one of the candidates gave thoughtful answers to all of the questions. I think that, you know, there was one question where they were asked, you know, if they did not win, who they would support.
Oh, that was a setup.
That was a setup.
That was a setup.
Well,
because people was asking questions that would really dig into people's psyche. In my mind, you want somebody. Okay, if you don't win, who would you support? You got to pick one, and everybody trying to take the political.
And they made you pick. They were like, I would support everyone. They're like, nope, pick one.
We ain't gonna do the big wide brush. Come on back. You got to pick one of the people up here, one of your peers that. If you had to go with somebody else, who you going with? What was your surprise in the answers to that? Or was it with any of them?
I don't think they all gave true answers.
Me neither.
To be honest. So I just I just thought that their answers were comical.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't take any of them seriously to the answer to that question. But one of the questions that and I don't think it was a question so much as it was. I love the way everybody was able to pivot from the perception from the first forum. And one of the pivots that I noticed was the current incumbent, how she changed it around a little bit, because people always talk about in community a lot about how tough she is, about how abrasive she is, about how she does not work with people, how she's not, very friendly.
Right.
I don't really necessarily agree with that. There may be some things that she does that I don't particularly care for, or the way she does them, but I wouldn't necessarily say that that is her MO. You know what I'm
Right,
saying, if you
right.
will. But I thought it was very cute, how when she said that some people call her the hammer, and she actually pulled a hammer out of her bag and set it
A
on the
little
counter.
baby Hannah.
And I just, I thought that was just ingenious. But she said, I can be sweet.
No, I ran to the door. When you pull out a hammer, I run. I'm
You
from
ready?
Arkansas. I don't take no chances. I see a hammer, I'm gonna run to the door, grab the doorknob. Then she started laughing, so I came back and took
Right.
the seat.
Then she said, but I can be sweet. And she pulls out some candy out of her bag. So I thought that was pretty comical, because it kind of, changed the mood a bit, about, because it's very serious. And I think that, it allows you to see a person's personality. It allows you to see that they can be seen in a different light. But what we all got to understand is this position is a tough position.
It is.
District 1, out of all of the districts, District 1 is probably one of the ones that has some of the greatest challenges. And so you got to be tough.
Yeah, it's the toughest job. Maybe West Tulsa comes in second,
Yeah.
but District 1 definitely we need a lot more resources.
Mhm.
And we've been down to city council meetings. We've been out in community,
Yeah.
and it seemed like it's a steeper hill to climb
Mhm.
to get things done in our community. And I know you was looking at that Snicker because you was already hungry and passed up the tacos.
I'm like,
Damali had forgot the live was going way over here. The live was pointing outside towards City Hall. I'm like, Damali, that's her looking straight at that Snicker, because I know her stomach is growling. But then she popped back in. My reaction to let me ask you this. Who moved the needle? Who stayed put? Who took a step back? Who in this, if you had to say this person won? That might be strong to say, huh? That's a lot.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that I was able to determine a winner.
Not a winner, but
I was able to definitely see movement, definitely learn a little bit more about each candidate's platform and where they're trying to go. I really got the understanding that Thomas is really about policy.
Right.
He's really like, that is his sweet spot. I really got it that Mario, which this was his first showing for me, that he is about policy.
Right.
And changing systems. That's going to be his platform. That is what he's going to stand on when he's in office. I really got it that Reggie is about education, is about children, is about, being present, for community. That is really, his sweet spot, is making sure that everyone is heard, who resides within the district boundary lines. I think that both Currency, Dr. Wilson, and both Vanessa, I think that the current incumbent, I think that both of them showed that they are all around, they're more holistic in their approach to District 1. I think that Vanessa had a strong platform about what has already occurred. I think that Currency has some great ideas about different programs and initiatives that she would like to see. Now, one of the things that I heard the incumbent say was that some of the things that all of them are talking about are things that either are in the works.
Right.
So there may be some things that just that it hasn't happened yet, because all of this is a work in progress. Everybody knows that when you first get into the seat, you're not going to be able to go in there and just change everything overnight. It does not happen that way. You've got to create alliances. You've got to create relationships and all of that before you can get those things done. So I think that it was, it made sense to me to hear that some of the things that they are talking about is some of the things that are currently in the works. So then that poses the question, do you want to interrupt the momentum, or do you want to start all over, with someone who is going to have to create and build all of those alliances all over again? right? In order for people to be able to come alongside.
And that's a
them.
process.
And that's a process. And so, and I think it is a little tough when you're talking about somebody who's been in the seat for 10 years versus none of these people who've ever been in the seat.
Right.
So there's a lot to weigh. So this race is a big one. This is a lot to think about. It is a lot to absorb. But I think that everybody needs to do the work. You need, if you weren't able to attend the forum, and I did see. There was somebody that posted, Pastor Jamal Dyer was there, and he was talking about one of the phrases that the current incumbent said. And somebody said it would have been nice if they'd put this on a live stream because everybody's not going to be able to be there. Well, there is a live stream. If World One Development is there, there's always a live stream. So whenever you guys see those types of posts, just share it. Just let them know, hey, this is where you can go and watch it.
Yeah, I'll say my reaction, I would say, man, they did good.
Mm-hmm.
I learned what I wanted to learn. I think that it was a good high level. I don't think it got too deep.
Yeah.
Because I think when people may not know you, knowing who you are, where you're from, your background, I think a lot of that stuff is important because people are going to connect with that before they even connect you to the job.
Correct.
Who are you? What are you about? And all of those things. So for me, I got a really good lens on that. I think this is my first time seeing Mario, and I'll just say he seems like a stronger candidate than in the past to me. I mean, he seemed pretty polished, pretty poised, So I felt like he did really good. And maybe it's because he was not at the last one. It was my first time, see him. He might have been ready last time. I don't know. I think that, I think some people emerged a little bit. So at this point, now that each one of them have a love for community, because nobody can debate that each one of these candidates don't have a love and a passion for North Tulsa.
100% agree.
There's nothing you can take from any of these candidates.
100% agree.
Now it's just your preference in who you feel like is best suited to push us forward for the things that we are looking for. And I'm looking for primarily how are we going to do better with education? Because we can't be last. And then North Tulsa can't be last or the last. That's probably my biggest concern. So whoever has a good platform with education, then that's a check mark. 2, how are we going to be in a better position for generational wealth? How are we going to get contractors and those things in better home ownership? Probably be number 2. When they talk big about after you retire, when you live out south, you live another 13 years. When you live north, it's only 3 years after retirement. So, I mean, after you retire, you only got pawpaw, grandma for 3 more years. That ain't right. So those to me are the things that are critically important because, you want your people to be around for a little bit.
Right.
So nevertheless, hey, y'all check it out on the live. Hey, for the people that share it, the people that tune in, we appreciate that. Now, one thing that I learned, and we can switch gears, is the best restaurants in Tulsa. Now, they asked that, so I'm going to ask Damali, and we'll say what they said, but I'm going to go to what you think. No, we'll say what they said last night. So a question they proposed last night, best restaurants in North Tulsa or District 1. And do you remember what the candidates or what one of them said?
So I know the incumbent said her house.
See, that might have been trying to get a vote. Like,
right.
If you want cooking and you want seasoning, you ain't even got to the restaurant. I got it all laid out right here.
Yes.
I heard Janet's come out
Janet's twice. Yeah.
And I like me some Janet's too. I heard Oklahoma style. Oklahoma style.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
That was it.
That is it. That is it. So now you know the top spots.
Yeah.
If you come to Tulsa, you come to District 1, you got to go to Janet's. You got to find a way to get to the councilwoman. I don't know how that works. You don't know I don't know how that works to get to my house to eat. And Oklahoma style is always good. We've been there, done that. But one thing about it, we do got some tasty, savory food.
Yes.
In District 1.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to tell you at the end of the show, as we wrap up, we'll be telling you about, there are 2 other opportunities for you to be able to hear the candidates before it is time for us to actually go and vote. So, make sure you're writing these down so that you can come and you can ask your questions of these candidates to make sure that you are making the appropriate choice and the best choice, in your opinion, for the district when you go to cast your vote on the 25th.
Why is this, and we're going to switch gears, why is this one so important for District 1 right now in 2020? Why is it critically important for us to get it right?
Well, I think that there's a lot of momentum that's being made. I think that gentrification is big in our community, and so if we're wanting to preserve the character of our community, right, then we need to get the right person in there where we don't wipe out our history as we progress, because I believe that progression is great. I believe that redevelopment is great, right? But I also know that there were a lot of people who did a lot of great things in this community whose legacies need to be preserved. Just like what we did with Dwayne Midgett, making sure that people understood that what he did in community was epic.
Right.
And he was doing these things at a time when it wasn't popular, when people were like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And like his daughter said, he said, let them be mad right now. After a while, it'll make sense.
Right.
They'll get it after a while. So we need people that are going to be fighting for what our ancestors built, right? And they understand what the fight is about. However, they need to be people who are able to work with other folks in community,
right,
as well as outside of community, because nothing gets done in District 1 without the other 8 districts being involved.
Right. Absolutely. And for me, I'll say, Damali, I might go a little bit of a different route. For me, I think it's critically important in District 1 right now, and I think this is something people need to consider. I think the government, the Fed, is scaring the crap out of everybody, because when they're just giving haircuts, cut, Center for Disease, cut. You can't eat lettuce, you're Putin. I mean, it's just correct. That was too much. I'm saying the lettuce is activating people. It's activating people. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. But I just think with the federal,
we need to censor.
Listen, no, with the federal government doing all the shenanigans that they're doing, I think it makes people nervous, because insurance up, gas up, groceries up. Pooh. I mean, my bad. Because I don't like that. I think it's get unsafe. I don't know. I be thinking it's gunshots. Anyway, also the state is kind of scaring people, because you got all these governors and a lot of stuff is going on. Here's your history is being cut. This is, and then when you get to a city level, now that might be the only place you can get some comfort, is in a person representing you locally. I think that it probably helped us a lot when keeping it $1 when Monroe Nichols got in. You're like, whoo, at least you might feel like you got somebody that might understand what's what, because we're just in some different times right now. I guess we can understand that. So you at least need a person that can maybe take what's going on and explain it in a way that you can be comfortable and not having so much anxiety and feel like your family not even going to be able to make it and not be able to pay bills or be able to live in a house or nothing. So that's why I think that in my mind, I'm weighing a lot on, I really got to be comfortable with you knowing what you're doing, because it's like a lot of people out there now that don't know what they're doing, and we don't need not knowing what they're doing. You see what I'm saying, Damali?
And I think we need somebody who can accentuate the positives. There is a lot of positive things that are happening in our community. And I think there were a couple of candidates in my mind who maybe painted North Tulsa in a different light.
That's what I'm saying.
Meaning, like saying, there was one candidate in particular who said that, all of North Tulsa is poor. Well, that's not true.
They can't say that.
What are we talking about when we're talking about Reservoir Hills, when we're talking about Gilcrease Hills, when we're talking about Heritage Hills, when we're talking about certain communities, and certain neighborhoods that are actually thriving, because people are choosing to live in these neighborhoods and build homes that are, and there are other neighborhoods, that I don't know the names of, but I know where they are in our community, where people are choosing to build homes that are, $300,000, $400,000.
And that's where you got to do your homework, because we spend, Black people, $2.1 billion annually.
Yeah.
That's not falling off the tree.
Right.
That's money. The issue is, if you want to know, we don't spend that in our community.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
And when you don't spend your money in your community or in your community, if you don't have nowhere to spend your money,
which is our problem.
So that's the difference between Black Wall Street, when the money circulated for a year, and 2026, when the money circulates for 30 seconds. So it's not that the money is not in community. So you don't really want to misspeak on it. And I'll say this, Damali, when things are tight and people are nervous to be honest, I know in baseball you get 3 strikes and you out.
Right.
I think when you're getting in this seat right now, because of how sensitive times are, if you swing and miss your first swing, go back to the dugout. We don't even have time to let you get 2 more swings, not because we don't care, but it's just the times in which we are right now.
I agree.
You got to really do your homework and be ready, and to misstep or to misinterpret something. People went like this. I said, either we eating collard greens or somebody said something wrong, because that's the only time we go,
Listen. Yeah. So I totally agree, you know, and I think that the characterization of North Tulsa is very important, and how we continue and what we say about the district. You know, because the district does have problems, but there's problems in every district, right? But we don't talk about those things because there's so many other things that are happening. So if we're talking about 71st and Memorial, we're not talking about the crime that's happening at 71st and Memorial. We're talking about the restaurants and the shopping, and, you know, we're talking about all of that, you know, and the economic development that's there. But we're not talking about, man, there's a lot of crime happening out there.
Can I ask you one thing? And I'll say it, and I know this is a long opening segment. Is it a crime problem or a resource problem in North Tulsa?
There's definitely a resource problem.
So you don't even think so, because sometimes I think when people say it's bad or it's an issue, then you kind of put that on the people. You don't think about the resource. You won't think, it's only one grocery store. You may think, okay, there's not a lot of restaurants. You may not think, okay, we still got the spots where it's not as well lit. So you might want to make North Tulsa, when you say something about a side of town, it comes across as you saying something about the people. When really, I think you want to look at the resources. When you got the resources that you need,
if
then you can talk
it's been
about
disinvested in.
Come on,
then, you know, what do you expect? You know, and I think that we are doing a whole lot better than we have been in years past.
Can I say this? If I'm 15 years old and I ain't ate all day and I'm hungry, when I go to the grocery store and grab a sandwich and run, am I a thief or am I just hungry? If I'm 15 and I ate all day and there's no food at home and mom and dad is going, am I a thief or am I just hungry?
And I also want to say that is not every person's reality either.
Right.
You know, so it's like we put a blanket over and say everybody in North Tulsa is starving to death.
Oh yeah, you can't.
No, that's not it. What we're saying is we need resources in our own community, because there are a lot of us who have cars. We can drive to other communities to go get what it is that we need, but that is not the case for most of the people.
A lot of people
just like our Family Feud. You know, we're talking about what most of the people are doing. Right. But there are, a lot of people who have transportation they can get around. They don't have to depend on public transportation. So I think that there's a lot of misperceptions about what is happening in North Tulsa, which has always been one of my pet peeves, you know, from my law firm days and all of that, you know, hearing people say things about my community, even though I live in Owasso, but I spend most of my time in North Tulsa. Right. You know, our family home is in North Tulsa.
And let me tell you something. If you from North Tulsa and your grandma and your grandpa and your people, you got to defend your community. Don't be on another side of town and allowing people to say things that you know is not true. And then you trying to disassociate yourself from your own grandma, grandpa. You better come on.
I'm a product of the North, and I'm going to be a part of the North as long as I have breath in my body.
Here's the deal. Here's the real deal, Holyfield, Damali. That's what I love about you and many others. Look, you got a degree. You done work with the top legal firms for 25 years. At the end of the day, not just you can live anywhere in the world that you want to.
Yeah.
Right? But you choose to be here. I can live anywhere in the world that I want to. So I choose to be here. There's a lot of other people in the community, whether it's the mayor, the council, the senator, the state representative, all these different people that do great work. They choose to do that because we understand that our next generation deserves the opportunity to have hope. And sometimes a Damali might just be the only hope they get. A AJ might just be the only hope, you know, that they get. So just kind of think about that when you're out eating on your caviar and your big steaks and all of that. Don't forget about your people in grandma in them house.
Right.
You know, because look, me and Damali here, we outside. Look, we just hosted the block party at 36th Street North of Peoria, and it's one of the best vibes. Tony Mason is on. Me and Tony was out there talking. Tony? One of the best vibes with the best energy. Me and the mayor, mom, we was doing the cabbage patch. The little kids didn't know what we was doing. We was doing the wop, the wop. We was doing the King Tut. They were like, what are
Yeah, wow.
The young people like, what are they out there doing?
But they was out there doing some dances. I was like, whoa.
Hey, yeah,
I think
they had the
got
wheelchair
y'all.
slide.
Yeah,
It's called a
was lot.
wheelchair slide.
It was a lot going on.
But great things are happening out here in North Tulsa, y'all. If you
Absolutely.
ain't been out here, you need to come out here because, like you said, we had a block party, had a good time, and we are basically just saying that we have a passion and a love for North Tulsa because we just have a love for community, and we want it to be one Tulsa.
Mhm.
So North, South, East, and West, we want it good all the way around. So I'm glad we have a platform where we can share.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and hop into our affirmation because
Yes,
it
let's
is
get it.
currently 38 past the hour.
85 degrees already. Woo,
Listen,
woo,
it's-
woo. Drink your water and your
it's-
Gatorade
it's
today,
smoking
baby.
out there.
It's gonna be a hot one.
It's
gonna be a
smoking.
hot one.
All right, so today our theme is expanding influence, and which is, like I said, for whatever reason, all of these themes are lining up.
Expanding
Just
influence.
I'm thinking it's divine because it's lining up with whatever our topics is, and our the guests that we have in studio, and whatever's going on in community.
Everybody on live got influence too. I can't wait to get to hear about this that's on the line.
Right.
But let's bring it all in though.
Okay, so expanding influence is what we're talking about. So here we're gonna breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So today's affirmation says, my influence reaches further with purpose and intention. So this affirmation reminds us that influence isn't about popularity or recognition. It's about making a positive difference in the lives of others. As we grow in character, wisdom, and leadership, our ability to inspire, encourage, and help others grows as well. The goal isn't simply to reach more people, it's to impact people with purpose. So the first part says, my influence reaches further. This means my words, actions, and examples have the power to positively affect more people than ever before. Whether through my family, business, church, workplace, or community, I understand that my life can encourage others to become their best. I am making a positive difference in more people's lives. The next piece says with purpose. Purpose means I don't influence people by accident. I choose to use my gifts, talents, and opportunities to serve, encourage, educate, and uplift others. Everything I do has a meaning. I use my influence to do good. And the last piece says, and intention. Intention means that I act thoughtfully and deliberately. I don't wait for opportunities to make a difference. I look for them. I choose my words carefully. I lead by example. I invest in people on purpose. I make a conscious effort to help others grow. So, what does this all mean to community? Well, communities become stronger when people use their influence to build others up. This might mean mentoring young people, supporting local businesses, sharing valuable resources, encouraging future leaders, volunteering, advocating for positive change, or connecting people to opportunities. Influence becomes powerful when it's used to serve rather than simply be seen. Use your influence to make your community better. So, the Black Wall Street lesson is this: the leaders of Black Wall Street understood that influence came with responsibility. Business owners influence the economy by creating jobs. Teachers influence future generations through education. Faith leaders influence families with hope and values. Community leaders influence progress by working together to build businesses, schools, and institutions. Their influence reached far beyond their own success because they intentionally invested in others. They used their influence to lift the entire community. So the bigger message is this: every day you influence someone. Your children are watching, your coworkers are watching, your neighbors are watching, the community is watching. The question is whether you have influence. The question isn't whether you have influence. The question is, how will you use it? Choose your influence to encourage, educate, inspire, and create opportunities. That's how lasting legacies are built. So, this affirmation takeaway is this: My influence reaches further with purpose and intention because I choose to use my life to serve others. Every word I speak, every opportunity I create, and every example I set has the power to strengthen families, uplift my community, and inspire future generations. And this has been this morning's affirmation, which was brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Habitat for Humanity.
Damali, expanding your influence. Girl, let me tell you something. This affirmation be hitting me every time. Because I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking about, and I know our special guest will be here in a couple minutes, and then I'll ask what you was thinking about. One, you did another good job on that because I said you got that voice. I don't know what it is. You got to be you the next Morgan Freeman / TD Jakes. I'm telling y'all for real, the people that you be like, I don't want to read the book. I want you to read the book because I like how it sounds when you reading the book. But just what made me think about, look, y'all, the first influence we're gonna do is in our household, and it's gonna be your neighbor. And it's gonna be your community. And what it was making me think about while you was reading, I ain't never thought about this, is I just went on to the doors around my house where I grew up to figure out how those people influenced me. And it was making me think about the people that may have influenced me just by the house they lived in, influenced me by the car that they drove, influenced me by how they take care of their kid, who's married, who's not, who's struggling. I'm thinking about the influence, but then I'm trying to make the connection. Okay, how did they maybe expand that influence by maybe stopping and having a conversation with me, or maybe inviting me over? And it's making me think about how most people probably could have influenced me a lot more if they may have took out just a few minutes to expand, because I was already intrigued by your house. I was intrigued by how you dress. I was intrigued by your muscles because you was outside working out. Like, I want to be swole now that I'm just a stick. You know, but I'm trying now. I feel better because I feel like I try to expand my influence to impact other. So the question gonna become this: what do you just do in your house first? With your kids and your nieces and nephews and cousins, then what are you doing in your community before you even take that show on the road? Damali, this is deeper than you think, because guess what? We all influence somebody in some kind of way. Everybody.
And the affirmation even pointed out that people are watching. And I say that all the time. I've been saying that since we cracked the mic the first day. You never know who's watching. And when they're watching, they're picking up something. So what are they picking up? Is your attitude bad? You know, are you a liar? Do you go around talking about people? Do you go around starting trouble? What are they picking up? Are you somebody who is doing what you say? You know, are you out in community trying to make a difference, trying to make things better, trying to help people? You know, what are you doing? And I think if we sweep around our own porch instead of being in all and everybody else's Kool-Aid, then I think life would be better. You know, because now if you are presenting your best self to not only you, but to community, then what a benefit it is for everybody, right? It's a benefit for your family. It's a benefit for your church members. It's a benefit for your coworkers. It's a benefit for everybody if you are presenting your best self, you know. And that's why we talked about a few days ago on one of our topics. If I don't feel like being Damali gonna stay in the house. You won't see me. I'm not outside. And everybody has those days, you know, but I know if I walk out of my front door, there's going to be somebody that's going to be excited to see me. There's somebody that's going to want to talk to me about a business idea, somebody that's wanting to, you know, pick my brain about something, or somebody that's just wanting a selfie because they are impressed and intrigued with what it is that we're doing in community. So I can't be grumpy and get away from me. I don't want to take no picture. You know, I can't do that. And if I don't feel up to being me, then I need to just sit down somewhere. And so that's the day when I choose to have an office day at home.
Let me say this too, and it's looking at it from a different lens, because we're talking about still influence, and it's something, especially if you're young, think about this. Even if you seasoned, think about this. Damali, the thing that that I think we all got to think about as we influence people, Damali, is this. Is when you're a kid, you see so much, Damali. You say it all the time. People are watching, but part of those people are kids.
Yes.
So when you're thinking about influence, things that you didn't understand that you were seeing when you was 5 years old and 6 years old and 10 years old, as you get older, you go back and you be like, oh man, I didn't realize every time my daddy went to work, Mr. Floyd came over. So are you my daddy?
Keep Mr. Floyd away
You know
from
what
the
I mean?
house.
People jumping in and out of cars, climbing in windows. You know what I'm talking about, Damali? Pedophile man, somebody touched somebody. I mean, I'm just being honest. In our community, that's a bad influence.
An influence yet the same.
Whether it's the drinking, the smoking, the drugs, taking care of the kids, and maybe not taking kids, all that stuff. When we talk about our community now,
Right.
it affects us greatly as we get older. Because the older you get, you be like, oh, wait a minute.
This is what that means. Yeah.
Stepdad wasn't supposed to be going in my sister's room. I didn't even know what that was. But now my sister been acting out.
And that's trauma.
Now my brother, my mama wasn't really, that was, so I'm saying that influence, Damali, and the stuff that we do, that's all in this realm. And I know we're going to expand it into just the positives.
Yes.
But look, if we
the negatives as well
can't talk about it on Community Wake Up, well, we just waking up to it and we're not judging nobody. We're not doing, we're just trying to find a way in 2026 to move the needle to do better.
Yes.
That's a lot to think about. And I was thinking about that while you was reading.
Yes.
What do you think about? Because you were reading it yourself. Because it was going out of your mouth into your own ears.
Yes.
So
No, I think that we need to be very conscious about what it is that we do, because there is always somebody watching, but also you don't want to destroy the confidence and the purpose of somebody else because you out here just doing reckless stuff.
Right.
You know, and if you are a person of influence, that a person that people look up to, then you have a responsibility, whether you want their responsibility or not. You know, just like I think about some of the rappers and some of the professional athletes and stuff, you know, you can't be out here saying reckless stuff and doing reckless stuff because you got a group of people that are watching you that don't have the tools in their tool shed to be able to discern from what's reckless and what's not. So they see you doing some of this stuff and they're like, oh man, I want to be just like so-and-so, you know, and then they end up unaliving themselves because they have gotten into a situation that they don't have the tools in their tool shed to even be able to navigate. But they're sitting here watching you, you know, Mr. or Ms. Bad Example, right? And so then they end up getting themselves in a situation.
And I'll say for the youth, because I know we have young people listening as well. Just remember this. When you talk about influence, Damali, is so critical who you pick as your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or just your friend. Think about it. Now that we at this age, imagine like if I would not have just chosen this person as a friend or as a boyfriend when I was young,
right?
Because that was an influence, how different my life would be right now. Or even picking the right person. Because some people been from high school sweethearts, been together for 50 years. But for the young people, you really got to consider who you considering to partner up with because of how much they're going to influence. And what I always try to tell my kids, if you can, just find somebody that's flying your direction. You know what I mean? You trying to graduate from high school. You trying to go to college. You trying not to drink. You trying not to smoke. You trying not to be in a bunch of foolishness. But then you get with somebody because you cool and you really like them, but they want to drink a little bit. They want to smoke a little. They want to do all these things that you know automatically that is going to hinder what you're trying to do. In your hopes when you're young and naive, because they love me, I can change them. But let's tell them something as 50-year-olds, you can't. You don't have the capacity to change them. You don't have enough tools in the tool box.
Even at 50, you still can't change people. They still gonna be them, and they still gonna do what they gonna do, and that's just the bottom line.
But
so
what
if you're
happens
getting in
is,
relationship though to change people, that's you might as well forget that.
No, at 50 you panic and slap folks, and that ain't right either. You panic. You go. You cheated on me. You know we panic at 50. See, but when you're young, you be like, we're gonna make it together. No, you're not. I'm just. See, at 50, that's the beauty of having generational conversations.
Right.
Is at 50, we can go back and see. So kids be like, man, you just want to hate on me, mom and dad. No, it's not that. Me and all my friends already did that. Right. I know what this looked like. I can show you people, I can show you what that's going to look like later.
What they say on the Color Purple, it ain't worth it.
We're going to take a break. You done said color purple, you ain't worth with the F. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we want to come to the live, give a shout out. We're going to get everybody at Grandma on table because this show is not about just us. It's about us. It's about the community, and our community is black, white, green, yellow, local, national, and international. We just trying to move the needle forward together. She said it ain't worth it. And if you don't know what that means, we're going to tell you next on the Community Wake Up Morning Show. And our special guest also going to be live in studio. Y'all stay locked in. Share the live if you don't mind. Text 5 friend and say the Community Wake Up is live with Charles and Damali. We'll be right back, y'all.
Looking to take your event to the next level?
See the Zoom, so Tyson must have
and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development. EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
This is what mornings are supposed to sound like.
Good morning, Charles.
What's up, Damali?
It's the Community Wake Up.
And keeping you connected.
Hey, we on.
Real talk.
Everybody's up and at it.
More action. All the time.
From 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up.
Weekdays.
With Charles and Damali.
Make sure you tune in.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
Welcome back to the Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on the Historic Greenwood, y'all. We back live in studio right here on NYCU.FM radio station where we play today's R&B and them throwbacks and some of them classics. We also live and local right here on KBOB 89.9 FM where we get to tell our story our way. Don't forget about the Juice Radio Show, our youth program, where we allow the youth to come into this radio space and do their thing locally, nationally, and internationally. But we also on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. But you got the best seat in the house, that grandma table. It's breakfast time, baby. We got the muffins. We got the biscuits with gravy. We got, hey, hold on. We got pancakes, and they fluffy, too. Everybody can't make fluffy pancakes. You know what I'm talking about? We got grits. We got oatmeal. And we got something to wash it down, which you get some chocolate milk or you get some orange juice. Damali, how you feeling on this hump day? What's going on?
Feeling pretty good. Excited about today. Our theme is expanding influence.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the definition, the simple definition for the Wake Up. And this is the lens that we'll be talking from today. We have a special guest in studio. I am going to go to the live as well. But let's go ahead and get this definition. So expanding influence, according to the community Wake Up, means using your actions, character, and leadership to positively affect more people. It means helping more people by using your gifts, voice, and example.
Girl, you said action, character, and influence.
Leadership.
Your leadership.
So that's the lens that we're talking from today. But before we get off into this a little bit more, we're going to go to the live really quick. So we have,
who we got on with us,
we got AJ on the line.
Mr. Energizer down there at J-Bone House in Jacksonville, Arkansas, in the building.
Mom says she's watching and she got some eyeballs up here.
Hey, what's going on, Mom? Welcome to the show.
Marquise is watching.
Marquise Dennis, birthright,
Yes.
living legacy. Man, we still eating on them cookies, brother.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
AJ says, good morning, family.
Hey, what's going on?
Let's see who else is on here. We got Richie Anderson. He's on.
What's going on, cousin?
Cousin Pearlie says, morning, family.
Hey, what's going on, cousin Pearlie?
Let's see who else do we have on. We have Brenda Harlett. She's on.
Hey, what's going on, Miss Brenda?
Mr. Larry Harris says, good morning.
Hey, Tulsa Dream Center, is he still off?
I think he back at work now.
Oh, I thought when I called him, he said I'm on break. He might not want to talk to me.
Right.
You know, at that golf tournament.
Right.
I see Miss Roz is on too.
Yes.
What's going on, Nayrab?
Yes.
Yeah.
Arlisha Walker is on.
What's going on, Alicia? Welcome to the show.
Vicky Carter says Oklahoma style barbecue.
It's
yes.
tenderism.
Yes. She was excited
what I
about
heard.
that. Marquise says keep an attitude of gratitude.
Man, isn't that key?
Yes.
An attitude of gratitude.
Tony Mason says good reply, sis and brother.
Hey, what's going on with you, Tony Mason? Man, I got a chance to hang out with my brother for a little bit, and we going to get a date on the calendar to get our brother live in studio, and soon.
Absolutely. Tony Mason says great analogy, Charles. So whatever you were talking about, he thought that was good. Princess is watching.
What's going on, Prentice?
Tyson Thompson is watching.
Uh-oh. What's
We'll talk about that in a minute. Uno momento.
TT.
Shawnee Craven is on. What's up, sis? How's your foot doing?
Yeah, get off them crutches, because we got to, you look too good to be on crutches. You got to get rid of that.
Okay.
Yeah, get on one of them things. Get on a hoverboard or something.
No, don't put on the hoverboard. Now, yeah.
That might be what
That
brought about the
hover
crutches.
round.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't get you
All
a
right.
scooter or something.
Shawnee says, morning blessings. Love you all. We love you too, sis.
Absolutely.
Vicky Carter says resource problem for North Tulsa, like our voting system, why the elderly have to drive to vote.
Right.
No common sense. We used to have Dillards, etc. Such a great energy of community in North Tulsa.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Vicky, for that. We appreciate that. Teresa, sis, are you talking yet? I'm still raspy, so we the raspy sisters.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So she says, Grand Rising community, family, and friends.
Yeah, when I saw Teresa, because I saw her in the parking lot, she came to the block party.
Yeah.
So the closer I got to her, her eyes was getting bigger. She
Like, no talking.
I can't talk. I
Don't mess with me,
yeah,
not today.
leave me alone. And then when I got real close, she went, I said, uh-oh. I don't even know what that meant. So I just turned around, Damali, went on back up on the stage,
Yeah.
and got back to my job of hosting.
Exactly. AJ says, drink water or coffee, drink both.
Absolutely.
Tony Mason says, everything you just said encapsulates leadership. Now, Tyson said the key takeaway from this is that choose to use your life to expand influence. That was powerful. You're such a good reader, Damali. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That little voice thing. I'm trying to tell you something. You might make a living at this thing here in a minute.
Marquise Dennis says affirmation equals D, all of the above.
There you go.
I
There you
love
go.
it. I love it. Tyson also says, sounds like the Bible. Let your light shine so that let your light shine so that me and see your good works, so that men, that's probably men, so
Right.
that men see your good words and glory.
By God.
And glorify. Okay, so he was speaking apparently to his deal. So, and glorify the Father in heaven. You'll have a responsibility to represent.
There you go.
All
That's
right,
what
so
I'm
we had to
talking about.
decipher that a little bit. You know, sometimes when you be talking on that voice thing, it don't say what you're saying. You know, Laura Roberts is watching.
What's going on, Laura?
Janetta Wright Blood is watching.
What's up, cousin?
Janetta says, "Good morning, peeps."
Hey, we in it.
AJ says, you are reading those affirmations with power in those words. Keep reading, Queen. We have to find all of the messy people for you to read the morning affirmations to every morning.
You get them set, the gossip.
Right.
Shut off the gossip line.
Right. Laura says, kids watch everything you do and say.
Better ask
She's
somebody.
absolutely right. And Teresa says, kids don't listen to what you say. They watch what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely correct. Tyson says, that's good, Charles. Our community influences our worldview. And before we know it, we are living it out as adults, living through trauma, pain, which eventually becomes confusing. Before we know it, it's often too late and the damage is done.
Look, Damali, when I said this, look, I spoke to myself when I said that if I'm 15, I could have said myself, if a person's 15 years old and riding and they hungry, haven't eaten all day and no food at home,
boy,
if he go into a store and buy a piece of chicken, is he a thief or is he just hungry?
Is he just hungry?
That's $1 million question right there.
Exactly.
I said that because I did that before. I done snatched some chips and took off running and got caught. And then, and look, in Arkansas, you've been to the B-town. So the guy, and this is the beauty of community, instead of me getting locked up, maybe going to jail, I had to go to that store every Saturday for a month and sweep the whole parking lot. I didn't like that because sweeping that parking lot, all your friends pulling up.
Yeah.
What you do? Shut up. You know, that's all we say when we little. We ain't got no words. Hey, what you out here? Shut up. You just tell everybody. But nevertheless, when I said it, it made me keep thinking about it. Like, man, a lot of kids, how many kids are dealing with that right now? They not a thief. They just hungry.
And I think that is the beauty of community. You know, because community ain't gonna do something that's gonna make you have a bad mark on your name for the rest of your life. Community gonna be like, boy, get in here, you gonna sweep this parking lot. You know, that's your punishment. We're gonna handle the punishment. We're not gonna put you in a system that's gonna keep you from excelling for the rest of your life. So that to me is the beauty of community, and that is the beauty of Greenwood.
Yeah.
Raynelda said, this is such a great conversation, but Damali, please get Charles, LOL. We will stay.
Hold on. They trying to reel me back in.
Yes.
Okay.
She said we will slap folks in this season though.
Boy, let me tell you something. You don't know when you're young, you can fix everybody. Mom, she loves me. Dad, she loves me. But when you get 40
Teresa said the hand is quicker than the mouth. Gloria Tisksay is on.
Welcome to the show,
Razelle is
Gloria.
watching. Let's see. Cynthia Graves is watching.
Hey, what's going on, Cynthia?
Jeremiah Blackwell says Grand Rising.
Hey, Mississippi, the Gulf is here.
Uncle Brian says, good morning, guys. Under the weather today, but I'm still here today.
Hey,
prayers for Uncle Brian. Yeah. Natasha Mitchell, girl, where you been?
Welcome back. You know, Natasha be doing a lot of traveling. She don't even tell nobody she leaving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we glad you're back.
Yeah,
she said, good morning, Charles and Damali. Good morning.
Welcome back.
Dominique is watching. He says, good morning, community wake up family.
What's up, little bro?
Uncle Brian says your top influencer is here today.
Look, my brother said that's not funny, but I'm laughing about stealing and sweeping the parking lot. Hey, bro, they had me sweeping the parking lot. I ain't gonna say the cousin that was with me, but we did. We went in there and see my cousin. He messed up. You know why?
Why?
It was summertime. It was hot like it is today, and he had he had on a jacket, a full jacket. I said, see, you the one got a scalp.
Right.
It's 100 degrees and you got a jacket on.
But
see, I couldn't analyze that at that age. So we took off walking this dude. No, this is what happened. So the dude jumped out the car and said, hey, he reached for me, but I was an athlete. So he missed me. I was like Casper the Friendly Ghost, but I was unfriendly. Took off, but then he caught my cousin with that jacket on with all that stuff. Guess where I ran?
Where?
I went to Bible study.
You're going to run to the Lord's house.
Lord, I come before you. Because my
As
cousin,
humbly as I know
my
how.
cousin is called and he gonna tell. So
You already know what's about to happen.
I'm like, I know he gonna snitch.
Diarrhea of the
we didn't
lips.
even know about the snitches get stitches. We
Right,
didn't know
you
about
didn't
that
know
at that
that,
age. So
yeah.
I'm like, let me go on back. And so
That
we just
is
swept
too
together.
funny.
I said, man, if you wouldn't have got caught, told you got to learn how to run.
Right.
But anyway,
Get
that's
us
a real
caught up.
story though.
Richie says, good morning.
Hey, what's going on, cousin Richie?
Cousin Pearlie said, the affirmation is always great. And Damali, you read it with feeling.
And cousin,
Thank
don't be
you.
telling people I was sweeping in that parking lot. You go take a picture of the parking lot with a broom. Don't do me like that now.
Right. Teresa said, I'm talking. It fades in and out. Just came from getting my heart checked. I'm inside today.
Take care of yourself,
All right,
sis.
sis. Yeah, do that. Let's see who else had. Tommy King is on.
Tommy King,
Watching.
welcome to the show.
Uncle Brian says, because once you get on paper, your life is over. That's true.
Man.
Gary Carter says, watching, keep the faith and keep going forward. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. We have a special guest in studio.
Yes.
Really, he's not even a guest. I mean, he just like family. He like the cousin. You know, for some of y'all, he might be the uncle.
Yeah, it just depends where you
Yeah.
fall into. What's
Right.
the age group you fall into?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have none other than Mr. Tyson Thompson. He's on the live and he in the studio all
That's
at
what I'm
the same
talking
time.
about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about doing it all.
Yeah, doing it all. So he's in studio today to help us unpack this theme of expanding influence. Tyson, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes.
Welcome to this is a long time coming.
Long time.
Look, I started trying to book Tyson before we even started the community to wake up. I said, Tyson, we got this idea. Me and Tyson been having ideas for about 25 years now.
Yeah.
And he said, man, for real, Charles. But see, Tyson gonna do this to you.
Uh-huh.
Let me see how you gonna do first. See, Tyson, he said, because I have influence and I can't just be with anybody.
Right,
So
right.
he gonna
right.
see if
Yes.
you got something sustainable. But Tyson,
Right.
we got thousands of people listening in all over the world. So tell them just a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, I'm a barber by trade.
Mhm.
That's something I'm proud of.
Yeah.
38 years now.
Golly,
Yeah,
you look 38.
38.
That's right.
Wait, you was a baby and came out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Clippers.
He-
Yeah.
The first time he looked 38, time he been in the barber for 38 years. You
Yeah.
look good, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love people.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Where you
I
from?
really do
Where you
love
from?
people.
Where
I'm
you go to
from
school?
Well, I'm born in Oklahoma City. Moved here
Born
when
in
I
the
was
city.
almost 6. And we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Oh, okay.
But I grew up in Tulsa, North Tulsa, and my heart is North Tulsa.
Yep.
And I want to get back.
To the
we
north.
gotta serve. Yeah, we gotta serve.
That's
And like
what
y'all
I'm
was
talking
saying, like if we don't help ourselves, no one is gonna help us.
That's right.
And we have to be there for each other. And like
Mhm.
you was talking about earlier about community,
Right.
about the influence and
Mhm.
being intentional,
Mhm.
it's necessary.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. You know what? And that's what I say all the time. Nobody is going to save us. There's nobody coming in on a white horse with a white
She on
hat
the
and a
soapbox.
white
You should have
suit.
said that.
Like
When she said
nobody's
that,
going to
that's it.
save us. We got to save ourselves.
Yes.
And we have everything we need in our own community.
Yes.
It's just about how we utilize those resources.
Well, it was the community that saved me.
Yes.
You know, I went to the barbershop. I went
Yes.
to it wasn't
There you
that
go.
many back in the day.
Yep.
Mhm.
This was in 1989.
Yes.
This
Uh-oh.
when LL was
89.
still
LL.
rocking the bell.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Mike was
Yes.
king,
Come on.
you know.
Yes.
And so I walked to every single barbershop. I found out I could be an apprentice. Walked to every barbershop. Went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mhm.
6, 7. They all said no. The last one said yes.
Mm.
And they took me in, and it was a community of older men. Matter of fact, they were my age,
Yes.
but they were old then.
Yeah.
They right.
Yeah. In
They
your
walked-
mind.
I
Yeah.
was 15.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
They was old.
took me in and
Yeah.
they taught me. They
Yeah.
taught me how to work,
Yeah.
how to live. And
Yeah.
and I would not have known what I've known without it. And some people ask me, what's the difference between you and your brothers? It was that barbershop.
Mm.
Wow.
Access that I had to men who knew way more
Yeah.
than what I knew and what my family knew at the time.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you this? What at 15? I told you that I was sweeping the parking lot because I snatched some candy and then ran to church.
Mhm.
What were you doing at 15 that had you mature enough to know, man, I want to do this and to land with those older men that you would sit and listen to? Because that means it might be a little different than what it is now when maybe the young people don't want to listen to the people
Yeah.
with the gray hair like what we got now.
Right.
But what had you, what was it about you at 15 to say, man, I want this now?
And I was hungry.
Ooh.
And I was tired of eating peanut butter and tortillas for lunch and staying home, latchkey kids.
Yes.
Right.
Nothing to do. And I remember
Right.
sitting watching Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
that.
And I was
yes.
saying one day I'm gonna go to one of those beaches.
Yes.
It was so unreal and so unreachable.
Mhm.
'Cause
Right.
At the time, where I lived in Turley, 108 West 62nd Street North.
You was
Okay.
way down.
Yeah.
And I think 75 to 80% of the people who lived north at the time in a particular area
Mhm.
were renters.
Oh yeah.
We didn't own anything.
Right.
And I didn't know anyone that owned a house.
Mhm.
I didn't know anyone that went on vacation, that had surplus funds. And at my 8th grade year, I was 13. I said, God, I'm sick of this. I'm tired. I'm tired of being broke.
I love our conversations that we just have. Just like,
I'm
Lord,
tired of
I'm
it.
over it.
Oh man, holes in my socks, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna take my socks and stretching them all the way out and flipping them under.
There you
My
go.
foot wouldn't go through.
Through
And by
the
the
hole.
time I got to school, it was cold. My foot was exposed, and I said, Jesus, this year you got to be my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
You got to help.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It changed everything.
Yeah.
Work ethic, school. I don't know how I got in AP classes, but I was there. I got selected to go to Booker T. I don't know how, but everything started to work out when Jesus became my best friend.
Yes.
Man, so
Yes.
Jesus was your best
When
friend.
you-
Because
enough
people
is
got to
enough.
know, these young people got to know, okay, who did I turn to or what did I turn? You said, look, for me, when I rolled them socks up, I
That's
said,
faith.
Jesus, you got to help
That's
me
right.
this
Yeah.
year.
Now I
it.
got 2 drawers full of socks.
Okay. Come
Yeah, there
on
you go.
now. I do too.
Yeah, you know how you make, and we're gonna talk about those intervals.
Mhm.
And I said I'll never not have enough socks.
Mm-hmm.
I got enough socks to last me 2 months.
Yeah.
Enough
Okay.
drawers to last me 2 months.
Come on
'Cause I
now.
remember
Pressure.
not having enough, and you got to
Yeah.
wash them in between the weeks.
Yes.
By hand, just so you
Yeah.
have some clean ones.
Right.
And so we'll talk about those intervals and the extremes we go to,
Mhm.
to not do what we saw.
Yeah.
And like you was talking about, what we saw and how we were living, the
Man.
things we do that we live through now,
Mhm.
promises we made
Mhm.
that don't serve us today,
Yeah.
and we are excessive.
Yeah.
We do things that really bring harm. So we'll get into
Yes.
that.
I love that.
See, you see the foundation. You see, y'all locked in. Go ahead and click that
Mhm.
share button because we finna get into the real deal. Damali, let me ask you this:
Mhm.
when expanding influence, I think it may not be a bad idea to do the feud and then
I was
just
kind of
unpack
thinking
what
that
you're
too.
thinking.
Yeah, because in that way we can give Tyson a little bit more time because he always has some great nuggets to drop.
And we're gonna bring everybody to the
Yeah.
conversation. And
Yeah.
then Tyson, we're gonna turn on your street now and we're gonna
Right.
come down through there. But do you mind doing a few with us, having
Oh,
a little
no,
fun?
no,
Your host
no.
is not Steve Harvey, it's Damali Harvey.
Okay, D.
Wilson. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And we all
Right.
be after the crown now.
Okay,
We all after the crown. So
Yeah.
give them the rules of engagement.
Absolutely, absolutely. So today's theme is expanding influence because real influence isn't about how many people you know. It's about how many people are better because of you.
Mm.
Okay. So we surveyed 100 people. We asked them these 3 questions and a bonus question.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the top 4 answers, A through D. There is no E. There is no all of the above. And you are to figure out which one of the 4 answers is the number 1 answer. Okay. That my 100 people said. Now, sometimes these answers don't make sense because even I'll be like, what? But we're talking about my 100 people, the top answer that they gave.
Yo.
And here's the thing: you can't Google this stuff. See, Damali be out in the streets, and I be following her. She don't know because I be riding with my lokes on and my beanie hat, right? So she was actually at Chris Tyson's last week on Thursday, out in the parking lot, asking people. So she asked 25 people because she knew Tyson was coming on.
Right.
25 things about this influence thing. Then she left there and went to Mississippi and went down by Jeremiah Blackwell, down there in the Gulf, and asked 25 people in that area. Then she knew that you had cut Mr. Energizer Afro.
Mm-hmm.
So she stopped she stopped in Jacksonville and talked to some of them people. But then last but not least, she always stopped on Greenwood under that bridge to say, welcome to Black Wall Street, and talk to the motorcycle club people
Gotta get the
and the
motorcycle
car club
rides.
people. So
Always.
you can't Google this stuff. This is just between her and these people.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So we got to
That's
figure out how to get this crown.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Eli talking about I never get surveyed. Eli, you need to go to some of the places I be at.
Right. You never know. You never know. Come
Okay, so here we go with question number 1. Name a way someone can positively influence their community. Is it A, volunteer their time, B, mentor young people, C, support local businesses, or D, lead by example?
That's a tough out right there.
I love it when somebody's like,
That's a tough out, right? Read it again because my Bluetooth is not connected.
It's not connected.
Not
Okay,
right
here
now.
we go. Name a way someone can positively influence their community. Is it A, volunteer their time, B, mentor young people, C, support local businesses, or D, lead by example?
It's all of them.
I didn't say E,
I say
all
the
of the
majority
above.
is B.
You say B,
I
mentor.
think most of
okay.
those people would say B.
Tyson says B.
That's mentor.
Mentor. AJ says B. Who else got an answer? Scroll your thing up.
Uncle Brian got A.
Uncle Brian says A.
Teresa says B.
Okay.
My bro, what's going on, bro? Down there in Malvern, Arkansas says D.
Okay.
Brendan Isham, fitness guru,
Isham, what's
says
up?
B. Cousin Richie.
Eli says A.
Cousin Richie say A. Eli said all A's. A. Martisha, welcome to the show, child. She says D. Our producer says B. Natasha Mitchell says A. I'm so glad Natasha is back. The show is not the same without Natasha. The secret listeners, they start popping in. What purpose? That's who I'm waiting on.
Prentice.
Mm-hmm. His brother name's
Pearly says
Cousin
A.
Pearly says A. Vicky says B. Man, we all over the board with this one. Somebody gonna need a pat on the back. Cousin Lori said C.
Lori said C. Okay, what's your answer?
You read it one more time.
Name a way someone can positively influence their community. Is it A, volunteer their time, B, mentor young people, C, support local businesses, or D, lead by example?
I'm going with A.
Going with A. Charles says A. Mentor young people means
telling them to get out of your
yard.
Stay.
Brenda Harbin says D. Okay, so here we go. Question with Jeremiah said A. I didn't see Jeremiah.
He had to say something. You was down there in this neck of the woods. You was down there in the Gulf in Mississippi. He gotta come through.
All right, so here we go. Question with answer. Name a way someone can positively influence their community. Is it A, volunteer their time, B, mentor young people, C, support local businesses, or D, lead by example? Donnie, Martisha, and Brenda, you are correct. The answer is D, lead by example. People are inspired by what they see. A good example can encourage others to make positive choices. Your actions speak louder than your words.
Bro, you could have texted me that, man. You could have said, bro, see, my bro, he in a different situation than me.
Yeah.
He at home with his robe on. You know, he got on his gold chain.
Chilling.
Yeah, he's sipping on coffee. So he in a comfortable, it's a comfort that he got.
Comfort zone.
He probably like, bro, I'm at work. What you talking about? Anyway. All right, it ain't over yet. Come on.
All right, question number 2. What's one thing that grows when you share it with others? Is it A, knowledge, B, encouragement, C, opportunity, or D, hope?
That grows.
That is crazy work. Go and read it one more time.
What's one thing that grows when you share it with others? Is it A, knowledge, B, encouragement, C, opportunity, or D, hope?
I'm on it.
Oh, and Mama said D too. She's talking about, I said D.
Right.
Mom, sorry.
Look at my brother. He got that right. He got his hands up to the Lord. He probably going to leave the show now and say, all I know is I got the first one right. I don't know what happened after that.
Right.
That's a deep one, Damali. I don't know because it kind of got my brain.
Okay, so Stephen says A.
Okay. Laura says C.
Teresa says A.
Did you get Laura?
Yeah, I got Laura.
You got Laura? Okay.
Jeremiah says C.
Mom says C. Vicky says C. Martisha says A.
Okay.
Uncle Brian says A. Eli said pot. Cousin Richie said A. Charles said A. And Eli said that's a freaky kind of question. He didn't say the freaky part, but it just sounds good. AJ said C. Cousin Pearlie said C. Natasha said A. Tyson said read it again.
What's one thing that grows when you share it with others? Is it A, knowledge, B, encouragement, C, opportunity, or D, hope?
I'm going with
Issue
A.
says A.
Cousin Pearlie said C. Natasha
says
A. Bro said A.
Yeah, I'm going with A.
You going with A?
Yeah. I just think that's what the majority
That's what you do in the barbershop. You share knowledge, you get knowledge.
Yeah. Pearlie says C. Richie says A. Did I get Richie? I didn't get. Oh yeah, I got Richie. Okay, so here we go. Question with answer. What's one thing that grows when you share it with others? Is it A, knowledge, B, encouragement, C, opportunity, or D, hope? Tyson, Isham, Donnie, Richie, Charles, Natasha, Stephen, Teresa, Morticia, and Uncle Brian, you are all correct. The answer is A,
Hey.
knowledge. When you teach someone a skill or share what
Come
you've
on.
learned, everyone benefits. Sharing knowledge helps everyone grow. All right, and y'all make sure y'all keeping track of y'all points because
I really needed that. Pat me on the back because I didn't know. Because you can miss them all. Here we go.
Oh.
Encourage me.
Okay, here we go. Okay, question number 3. What's one way to expand your influence? Is it A, build relationships, B, serve others, C, keep learning, or D, be consistent?
Gonna read it one more time.
What's one way to expand your influence? Is it A, build relationships, B, serve others, C, keep learning, or D, be consistent?
I'm going with serve others. B.
Okay, so you're going with B,
What's A?
build relationships.
Build relationships.
I'm going with A.
Charles says A.
Give me a sign. Is it right?
Nope, I ain't telling you. Teresa says she 1 of 1.
Show me a sign. I'm 1 and 1 too.
Oh, Brenda Harper says she said A also. Sorry, sis, I missed you.
No,
That's why I
she
told
did.
y'all
She
keep
did.
track of your points.
Yeah, we got
Steven, switch your thing over.
you.
Okay, so AJ says A.
Isham
Richie says B.
He said I'm back in the game.
AJ Jeremiah says B.
Everybody got to they represent
Mama
Arkansas,
says D.
Mississippi, Florida, California. You got to represent and we represent Oklahoma.
Everywhere.
Richie says B.
Man,
Everywhere, as they say.
Donnie says D. Teresa says D.
I think my brother's just going with D because his name Dominique. He just
Laura
only done
says
said D.
B.
The whole show is D.
Don't
for
do Donnie.
Donnie.
Pearly says B.
What is B?
Serve others. Morticia says A.
You got to stick with your first
Isham
mind.
says A.
They said go with your first mind.
Somebody is calling me.
That's a tough one.
Isham says A. Uncle Brian says B.
I feel like if I get this one, I'm going to win.
Natasha says A. Vicky says D.
But if I miss it, I'm going to start the show over.
Oh God,
Yeah, because I ain't
he
going
is
for
such
this.
a crybaby.
Reset.
Let's see. It's him. Mom. Did I get Mom? Teresa, Dominique, AJ.
Eli said A.
Eli says small A.
Small A. Brenda said read it one more time.
Okay. What's one way to expand your influence? Is it A, build relationships, B, serve others, C, keep learning, or D, be consistent?
It's A or B. I'm going to
Uncle
stick with my
Brian?
A.
Uncle Brian says
B.
okay. Got it. All right, Brenda, what you got? You the last one.
You got 30 seconds. No, I'm just
He
playing.
said
Question
you
with
got 30
answer. What
seconds.
we
Yeah.
got?
Question with answer. What's one way to expand your influence? Is it A, build relationships, B, serve others, C, keep learning, or D, be consistent? Stephen, you ain't said your answer? You say B.
That ain't
Stephen
it.
said B.
That ain't it.
You are silly.
B is not the answer.
Anyway, what's one way to expand your influence? Is it A, build relationships, B, serve others, C, keep learning, or D, be consistent? Pearly, Brian, Stephen, Tyson, Richie, Jeremiah, and Laura, you are all correct. The answer is B.
B.
Serve others.
Yeah.
It says the people who make the greatest impact are often those who focus on serving rather than being served. It says helping others increases your positive influence.
That's what Jesus did.
That's what Jesus
That's
did.
what Jesus
He was
That's
known.
what
He
Jesus
went about
did.
doing good.
That's
Yes,
what he did.
yes.
But see, when Jesus was washing people's feet, they didn't have bunions and corn.
It might have been worse.
You know what?
You know
got
what?
a point there.
Fred Flintstone feet.
Fred
Right.
Flintstone, you right. It's a big old huge.
Okay, here we go. The bonus round. This is worth 5
5 points.
points. Okay, y'all ready?
Come on.
What should every leader leave behind? Is it A, future leaders, B, strong values, C, new opportunities, or D, a positive legacy?
New opportunities.
New opportunities. So that's C,
Did you? What is D? Legacy.
positive legacy.
I'm going positive legacy.
Okay, Charles says D.
D.
Change your thing, Steve.
Look, D for Dominique. You know my brother going. He got to go. He been going D the whole day, so he got to go
Richie
D one more.
says D.
Yeah, repeat them again.
Okay. What should every leader leave behind? Is it A, future leaders, B, strong values, C, new opportunities, or D, a positive legacy?
I'm going with A.
You going with A?
Yep, future leaders.
Tyson.
Leader leave leaders.
Yes.
AJ said A.
AJ says A.
Teresa said D.
Richie says D.
Uncle
AJ.
Brian said D. Vicky says D.
It's a D movement, right?
Eli said, I suggest you survey a new area. Eli, I agree.
Oh my God. Vicky,
'Cause I'm
Uncle
definitely-
Brian.
Isham said A. You rolling with Tyson. Mom said D. Oh, I done got it right now. My brother said A. Man, you picked a fine time to leave the D's, bro. D is the answer. Cousin Pearly said A. I appreciate y'all all tuning in.
Yeah.
Take it for granted y'all waking up with us, man. It means a lot.
Brenda said D. Okay.
Tyson said A, right?
A.
Tyson said A.
Natasha said crashed out, but my answer is D. I understand.
Martisha
Natasha
says A.
Martisha said A. Can you read it one more time?
Okay. What should every leader leave behind? Is it A, future leaders, B, strong values, C, new opportunities, or D, a positive legacy? Eli gonna say E, toilet paper in the bathroom.
And Tyson got one when he said future leaders, because you're a leader, leave leaders. But that legacy.
Let's see, did I miss anybody? Pearly, Dominique, Isham, Mom.
Oh, that
Brenda.
A is looking good. A leader should leave leaders.
Yeah, the
Richie.
options are really tight.
Yeah, it's
They're really
real
close.
legacy.
Richie.
Question with answer, because I might switch right at the end, or I might stay.
Okay, so here we go. Question with answer. What? You said what? You said D? Okay. I'm listening to the music and I'm like,
Yeah,
you
I
say
know.
what? Okay, so here we go. What should every leader leave behind? Is it A, future leaders, B, strong values, C, new opportunities, or D, a positive legacy? Somebody just said an answer. Laura said B. Laura. Let's see. Martisha, Tyson, AJ, Isham, Donnie, and Pearly, you are all correct. The answer is A.
Hey.
It says one of the greatest signs of leadership is
That's right.
preparing others to lead after you. Great leaders help create more leaders. So the Black Wall Street connection is this. The pioneers of Black Wall Street expanded their influence by investing in people. Business owners mentored future entrepreneurs. Teachers prepared the next generation. Bankers financed dreams. Faith leaders inspired hope. Their influence reached far beyond their own success because they intentionally used their gifts to strengthen the entire community.
That's good.
They understood that influence is most powerful when it's used to help others. So the bigger message is this.
We don't want to know about the bigger message, because I lost. The bigger message is I
Tyson,
agree.
you see this nonsense
See,
that I have to put up
You
with
gotta keep pouring it
Early in
on.
the morning.
You
single
see,
day.
she gonna kick me and say the bigger message. Like, hold on, we get it. You done said it. Who won? Tyson, I think you won.
Hey, I only missed one.
You only missed one. Go on, give him the bigger message.
I only missed one.
Me and the producer not feeling. You know, he like, man, whatever the bigger message.
Listen, the bigger message is this. Influence isn't about being the most popular person in the room.
Ooh.
It's about making the biggest positive difference. Every person you encourage, every opportunity you create, every lesson you teach, and every life you touch expands your influence and strengthens your community.
Mm-hmm.
So the Family Feud takeaway is this. Expanding your influence means using your gifts, leadership, and example to lift others. When you help people grow, you create opportunities and lead with purpose. Your impact reaches far beyond what you could accomplish alone. So this morning's Black Wall Street Family Feud was brought to you by Build in Tulsa.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break because I'm mad. But when we come back, we're gonna get into this thing with
Such
Tyson.
a baby.
It's the reason
Such a
why it's
baby.
here. And we're gonna figure out who won. I don't even know who won. So over the
Yeah,
break,
who
we're gonna
won? Y'all tell
announce.
us.
After the break, we're gonna announce who won, and we're gonna get into this conversation with our brother that pulled up on us.
Yes.
Tyson Thompson. Y'all stay locked in. Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and
Damali.
we'll be right back, y'all.
He snatched it.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as Spring Break Camp, Summer Camp, and After School. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
Welcome back to the Community Wakeup Morning Show, where everybody's not welcome, especially when I do not win the crown. Nevertheless, congratulations to our winners.
Such a baby.
You know, because I be a sore loser, but at the end of the game, Damali, I line up and I shake everybody's hand, and then I go cry in the car.
You
But that's
cry
gonna
in
be
the
right.
car,
That's
right?
between me and my Jesus. Welcome
Right.
back to Community Wake Up Morning Show with Charles and Damali right here on NYCU.FM, locally KBOB 89.9 FM, YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. But you got the best seat in the house here in Tulsa, home of Black Wall Street on the historic Greenwood. You see it on Damali Show. Damali, it's Hump Day. We helping the people get over the hump.
Yes, yes. So expanding influence is what our topic is and our theme is today. And so we've had great conversation
Right.
because all of the things that we've been talking about actually are about expanding influence. When we're
Right.
talking about this District 1 City Council race, when we're talking about working together as a team, and with all of the other Black media outlets, it's expanding our influence, right? Expanding. So Tyson, you got some nuggets that you want to drop on us, and so I'm going to let you kind of just lead the
Can I
conversation.
do one thing?
Yeah,
we gonna pivot straight to Tyson.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask the people,
Oh yeah.
that way while we marinating this, they can have some cooking on their
Okay.
stove too.
Okay.
So the question I want to ask y'all on the live now, and me and Damali, we gonna answer after Tyson,
Yes.
is who influenced you the most outside of your household? Because y'all all got to say the technical thing. It was my mama and my daddy and them. I know that. But outside of your household,
Right.
who influenced you the most to be who you are today? Outside your house. Shout out to mom and dad and grandma. All
Yeah,
that. Y'all
they
get it
are.
automatically. But when you left the house, who got you? All right, Damali, go ahead. We navigating.
Yes. So Tyson, you always, when you come to the studio, you always have some great nuggets for us, to adhere to, and something for us to think about. So what nuggets do you have for us today?
And our audience.
Yes.
Well, today I came on to talk about a book I've been working on.
Ah.
It's called I Didn't Know It Was Okay to Be Me.
Mhm.
And there's a particular chapter in this book, and it's about living unapologetically.
Okay. Okay.
And there's a chapter in this book called Promises.
Mm.
And I went through life making mistake after mistake. My intentions were great.
Yeah.
But I was driven by a promise that was more like a prison.
Ooh, a promise that was more like a
Wow.
prison.
Yes. And we make these inner vows when we're boys, girls, things I'm not going to do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like my daddy.
Mm.
I'm not going to be like my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to make sure everybody's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go overboard, working extra hard.
Yeah.
And men, a lot of times, we express our love through constantly working, performing,
Right.
performing,
Yes.
performing.
Yeah.
And we don't know why we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized this when I got married.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 5 years old, I made a promise. I'm going to marry somebody, and I'm going to treat them better than daddy treated my mom. That was my lifelong dream.
Yes.
I'm going to marry her in high school sweetheart. And we're going to have this great, perfect relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll always be happy because I'm going to treat her better than my daddy treated my mom.
Right. Right.
Well, this all started when my father was abusive.
Mm-hmm.
And I made this promise.
Mm-hmm.
And when they divorce, ACEs, right?
Mhm.
Adverse childhood experiences.
Right.
Some people go overboard. okay, mama don't have anybody, so somebody's got to step up.
Mhm.
So I did everything to de-stress mama's life.
Yeah.
And the more I did, the more she appreciated it. She said, oh, you're a good son.
Mm-hmm.
I like the applause.
Mm-hmm.
So I became addicted to the applause because of a promise that I'm going to fix it. When I got 16, I met somebody, got engaged at 17, married at 19. My whole purpose was to make her happy.
Yeah.
And Charles, you know, see that term happy wife, happy life? I don't curse, but that's a bunch of BS because you can't make anybody happy, right?
Right.
And that's never our intent. As a matter of fact, scripturally, it never talks about being happy. It talks about peace. It talks about joy, but happiness is not even a real location. It's not even a real destination. So I went on, and that's what I was going to do. Got divorced after 22 years. Didn't know who I was. All I knew is I had a promise, and I failed. And every day of my life, I was working, trying to fulfill that promise. And it was an inner vow that had me prisoned. And I couldn't see anything. She couldn't do any wrong because all I thought was men were dogs and women were innocent.
Man.
Now
based on
what happened
you
with
saw.
and the promise I made as a little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine what that's like being a business owner, being a person who has a wife and children. And that's your mentality.
Right.
That's what's motivating you. The marriage itself became an idol. And I was working to please someone, to make someone happy. And we were never meant to do that.
Right.
I got married again, doing the same thing. Okay, well, this is a great person. We can work together. I can fix it. So I'm thinking, okay, I got to do everything just right. And then I realized that's unreasonable. And I began to write this book. Man, I didn't know it was okay to be myself. I didn't know how to think for
at
myself.
what age?
Oh, I was
when you wrote the book.
40. I started writing this book at 44.
Man.
And I started to uncover, why are you like this? You're obsessed with making sure someone is okay at your expense. And I'm going to read a little something from it. Survival can look a lot like strength. We call ourselves independent, hardworking, providers, protectors, and problem solvers. And those can be good qualities, but sometimes what looks like strength is really a man who learned not to trust, ask for help, or let anybody get too close. And that was me because I had a promise. And we often carry pain and we express it in the form of performance. I was a high producer, but I never could really fully connect. If she wasn't happy, I was sadder.
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
If we ate watermelon, I would cut it up, take all the seeds out, and make sure they didn't have no problems. See, that's unrealistic. And this was a boy that made this promise.
Right.
So now I'm a man, and that doesn't serve me. It doesn't
Right.
serve me anymore. And what promises we thought that, see, I'm gonna read this part right here. This is an excerpt from the book. Let's see. Where is it at? Hold on. I'm trying. Hold on. If y'all got a question, just jump in. Okay, an inner vow can become an invisible prison. Something that once protected you can actually prevent you from trusting, loving, resting, connecting, or simply being yourself. As I say in the chapter, sometimes your protection becomes your prison.
Wow.
Man, the big thing you said was inner vow.
Inner vow.
But you made an inner vow when you was a kid.
And we often do that.
You was
Yes.
5. An inner vow, Damali, that's big.
Yes.
Because we've all seen a mom, dad, uncle, somebody do something, say,
Yes.
man, I'm never. I mean, you say that. And that's I've never really let it hit me like that. I done made it in like I was like that. I'm not gonna be like my dad. And I didn't think about that till you just said it. So that's probably why I might be a little overzealous as being a dad. And probably something may have hurt me is it was more about being a dad than even being a husband.
Yes.
Or even being a friend.
Yes.
Or being anything, because my inner vow is I'm gonna make sure my kids beyond everybody else know that their dad is there for them. And I'm gonna be there for them and all of that. But it's still got to be a healthy balance.
That's right.
Right.
Even to that.
And I got a perfect case study. I got a buddy. He was married 5 times, 3 times to the same person.
Oh, wow.
He thought his daddy wasn't a provider. So he thought, I'm going to make sure I give everything my family ever needs.
Right.
One day his wife calls, hey, my sister and mom coming to live with us. They're taking our room. And because one of them has some health issues, we need to change the HVAC. The next day, they were moved into their bedroom, and somebody was replacing the HVAC at his cost.
Oh, wow.
He thought, well, if I'm not going to be like my dad, I need to take care of this. That's not leadership.
Right.
That's responding to someone else's trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost killed himself trying to outperform his dad.
Wow.
Which he had already done it, right?
Right.
But as a boy, I would never be like him. So we go to the extreme.
Mhm.
Oh, nobody had ever touched me again. So now you got a woman who's hardened, she's married, but can't be intimate, can't be emotionally vulnerable.
Mhm.
She's
Right.
hard, she's brass. You know, you have another guy. Oh, nobody never touched my sister again.
Mhm.
Anybody in my family. So they go overboard.
Mhm.
They're helicopter parents.
Mhm.
Oh, you can't touch my kids. You can't watch my kids. We're extreme.
Mhm.
And so
Right.
now, see, my dysfunction became just as destructive as my
Man.
dad's, but in a
Yeah.
different way.
Right.
And these are these inner vows that we make. So
Yeah.
people out there, ask yourself, what promises have you made?
Mm.
What are you still trying to live out that doesn't serve you today?
Mm.
What did you say? Oh, I'll always have enough. So you go overboard. You're a workaholic now.
Yeah.
Just like me with the socks. I
Mhm.
got 2 drawers full of socks because
Mhm.
I'll never have holes in my socks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never not have enough underwear, enough t-shirts. I got 2 drawers of t-shirts.
Mhm.
And we don't even realize we're making these promises,
Right.
but we do.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bible tells us to be careful what we promise. He said, let your yes be yes and your nay
No's
be
be
nay.
no's.
And we make these promises, and we're going to have to be the one to live up and serve these promises.
Mhm.
So when I got married, I didn't include God. He says, if a man finds a wife, he finds a good
Good
thing
thing,
and
right.
obtains favor with God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he wasn't involved in that because I made that promise.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even ask him, is it okay if I get married?
Mm.
And most people out there, oh, I'm gonna get married. I'm waiting on my Boaz, right? To
Right.
ask God, is it okay for me? Because marriage is not a promise.
Mm-hmm.
But I made a vow that I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna be better than my daddy. That was my mission. And the marriage became somewhat of an obsession.
Right.
So much so that I lost myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I use an analogy. It's like having a beautiful car. You polish it every day.
Right.
You keep it clean.
Oh, you back in the 90s now.
Oh, man.
You know how we get up.
Oh, man.
We got everything. We know with the
Everything.
Q-tips.
Right.
In the
Yeah.
Getting all
Yeah.
the vents.
Yeah, we are
right.
The toothbrush.
Yeah,
Got
that-
your
Yeah.
Dayton's,
Dayton's on it.
Yes.
old Cutlass,
Yes.
Dookie Green,
Yes.
Dookie,
Metal Flakes.
All of
Yes.
that. Yeah.
And don't have an El Camino with a
Oh.
ribbon.
With a rip.
Oh man, right.
It's over.
Man.
But imagine
Yeah.
having a beautiful car, the car of your dream. You
Right.
put your family in it. The most valuable thing you have in this life are your relationships.
Mhm.
Life has no merit without a relationship. So you got your most
Man.
valuable assets, people in the car,
Mhm.
and you drive this beautiful car. It's beautiful. You put your valuable assets in it, and you drive drunk.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah.
You run the risk of
Right.
destroying the very thing that you love.
Mhm.
And that's what happens when you have these promises. You're not really functioning from a place of health, wholeness.
Yeah.
You're not really fully aware. What's driving you is the promise
Mhm.
and not really the people that you have in the car. You're not really taking care of people. You're trying to serve your promise.
Right. And and
Wow.
here's the thing, if people don't know, I've been knowing Tyson since 2000.
Mhm.
So I met Tyson in my 20s, right when I graduated from
Yeah.
college and started working at Raider.
Mhm.
I was working indirectly with Tyson. I had kids on my units, and we talking about first degree murder,
Oh.
rape. We talking about some gangsters.
Arson.
Anything you
Yeah.
want to mention was me and Tyson was tag teaming to influence these kids. And Tyson, what it makes me think about now is me knowing your beautiful wife then. And then I seen when your first baby was born.
Mhm.
And I knew what your house looked like. I played volleyball. We
Yes.
ate the ribs. We ate the
Mhm.
steaks. But here's the thing, Tyson. Here's the thing in our community. Your life looked picture perfect.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So now the young men at Raider or the people in the community or your young cousins or other people, everybody want to be like you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something you say that because when I got divorced, people cried.
Mm.
They said because you were the pedestal, you were
Mhm.
the image.
Mhm.
I would have young ladies in church come to me and tell their moms that when they get older, they want to marry somebody like Brother Tyson, right?
Yeah.
But it was performance.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really well. I thought I was, but I wasn't. But I was going to outperform.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this. Healing requires questioning what we've been loyal to.
Mm-hmm.
Ask yourself, what promise am I still trying to keep? When did I make it? Why did I make it? And what is the cost? What is it costing me today? Awareness isn't about blaming your childhood. It's about recognizing what is still influencing your adulthood.
Mm.
And because she couldn't do nothing wrong. So if I had an issue, I would bring it to them. If they didn't like it, Well, don't worry about it. I'll fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fix it. Don't worry about it.
Right.
I'll fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fix it. But you can't fix it.
Right.
And seeing I got married twice before I discovered that I can't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got free.
Mm-hmm.
That's when
Yeah.
I got free. We was having a discussion about something and they wanted me to do something. I said, well, what do you want me to do? Said, I want you to fix it. Then I said, I can't. And all this weight lifted off of me.
Yeah.
And they looked at me with eyes of almost disgust. What do you mean you can't fix it? Because that's the narrative that I portrayed to her.
Uh-huh.
And
You
I'm
can
going to
fix
be here.
everything.
I'm a rescuer.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a rescuer and I'm
Yeah.
a pleaser. So
Yeah.
I'm fix it. So I gave her a false narrative, but I couldn't fix it. And when I said that, those words came out of my mouth, man, on the inside,
And you
I
was
got
like,
happy.
yeah, like,
I was like, oh my God, I don't have to fix it.
yeah.
Man, I
Man.
was stressing. You can ask Chris, my hair falling out. I couldn't walk from here to my car without wheezing. This went on for like 3 years. And it was just stress because I was overperforming.
Mm-hmm.
I was my promise was outrunning my ability to keep up.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It almost killed me.
So Teresa said, that's deep, Tyson.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read some of these because some of these are answer to your question, but then they're mixed in with some things that people want to say to Tyson. So I'm
Okay.
just going to read these and, I'm watching the time as well. So Uncle Brian says, it wasn't as much a person as a program. The space program influenced me very much because it showed me the more you studied knowledge, even if you didn't have anything or anyone that believed, as long as believed as you do, whatever you set your mind to, you will get there as long as you don't give up and keep moving forward.
That's good.
Laura says the people that influenced me the most were people in the Harvest community and Tom Harrison.
Man,
Pastor Tom,
Pastor
yeah.
Tom.
Natasha Mitchell said, wow, that's a word. Laura Roberts said, yes, I said I will be there any and every time my kids needed me. The thing is better move is teaching my kids that they can be successful and give them the tools to handle themselves. Eli Grayson said, reminds me of my dad telling me not to be imprisoned by your experience, both good and bad.
Yeah.
I've lived by that, keeps me growing.
Man, Eli, that's deep. Because that's basically what you were saying, Tyson. You was basically in a prison
Right.
because of something unknowingly,
Right.
unintentional for that 22 years at least.
Yes.
And I created the
And then tried to run it back.
Right.
Second round.
Yes.
But you did get free. That was
Laura
good.
said, could you say the title of the book again?
I didn't know it was okay to be me.
Yeah.
And
it's not out yet.
yet.
It's not out
published
yet. Yeah.
But
See,
this
we
is
get
one of the
y'all the
chapters.
behind the scene, the community to wake up. So now when you do the pre-order, then we'll get them to come back and might
Yes.
sign a couple books. We'll do that for y'all.
Yeah, and what I can do for the audience today is I could probably send them like a rough draft of this chapter,
Yes.
the audio version of it.
Yes.
So if you can get there, if they give you their email address,
Okay.
whatever, I can send it to them.
Okay, perfect. Dominique says, this is helping me. And he has a bunch of exclamation points. He said, I do a lot right. But my wrongs are casting a huge shadow.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And I was
No,
going
go
to say
ahead,
what's
yeah.
crazy is that this was a noble. It sounds noble.
Mhm.
I'm gonna treat somebody better than my dad treated my mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
That's
sounds
noble.
Good.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my dad shouldn't be my measurement.
Yeah.
So there's a standard that we're supposed to be reaching.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not another person.
Right.
It is a who, and it's Jesus, right?
Right.
He loves from a place of pureness and
Right.
unconditional.
Right.
Right.
But his love is not without requirements. He said,
Mhm.
if you love me, you keep my commandments.
Right.
What I was doing was loving with no expectation,
Man.
with nothing in return.
Yes.
And when you marry, right, you
Right.
have a partnership.
Right.
And a partnership requires some type of response.
Mhm.
Right.
I didn't get the response. I didn't get it.
Right.
I was the one leading the charge and pushing and being romantic. And when I say overboard, y'all, I went overboard.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and seeing what happens is it's not fair to the other person
Mm-hmm.
because I smothered my kid's mom.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have a chance to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it looks good.
Right.
Oh boy, it looks good. But man, it's too much.
Yeah.
Because she
too much.
becomes what you call, in my mind, like a trophy wife.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You can't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But the problem is, how she gonna grow if the person
Yeah.
that's designed or
That's
put in
right.
position to
Mhm.
lead her don't
It's overshadowing.
That's right.
Yeah.
keep overshadowing and just covering it up and let you go. So it actually hinders and hurts her.
Yeah.
See, a
Along
great
with-
relationship does two things.
Mhm.
It will expose weaknesses.
Yes.
It exposes them,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
but it reveals strengths.
Mm-hmm.
And what I didn't do allow none of that to happen
Yeah.
because I got you.
Yeah. Don't
I
even
got
worry
the
about it.
helicopter mom. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Helicopter dad. Oh, no, don't let nothing happen to my baby. Sometimes we need to just trip our kids on purpose. I
Let
need
them
to
tumble.
teach a course. Just trip them up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I learned that from a mentor. We
Yes.
talked about passing stuff down. Mr. Joyner, Lawrence Joyner. He told me sometimes we have to create struggle for our children because they have a lot of conveniences.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to create struggle. So
That's
in
good.
relationship, there should
Right.
be iron sharpening iron. Friction.
Yes.
I didn't allow no friction to happen. I
Yeah.
took it all away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's detrimental to any relationship.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because I thought about this old guy that told me that this generation, they are wiser, but they much weaker. And it make me
Yes.
think about, I seen
Yes.
this thing on like TikTok, and it's like a door. You know how you run into a door with your shoulder?
Yeah, yeah.
So it showed when we were young, they said kids
Yeah,
in
I
the
see
80s.
that.
You see that?
Uh-huh,
You hit the door, you be like, ugh, it's
Yeah.
nothing. Then the next generation hit it, and they're like, oh.
Uh-huh.
But by the time we got to this generation, they hit the door, they just fell out. Oh, God, help,
Yeah,
Mom,
yeah.
Dad, I can't.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
wiser, but so much more weaker
Yeah.
than how we were built and designed. Okay,
So-
Damali, back to the live.
Teresa says, I did too much for the wrong people.
Mhm.
I tried to make sure everyone was good except me. Now I'm considered selfish because I choose me. Oh, well, I'm good and retired. So it's my time and my choice.
see, when you train them,
Yeah.
how you're going to treat them. And when you finally wake up, it's like, what's wrong with you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so
Right.
you're not going to do that anymore? Oh, so you can't?
Yeah.
You have to learn. And
Yes.
At some point, your loyalty cannot be to your promise.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Your loyalty have to be to a standard that doesn't change.
I love
Because
that.
like the promises, they
Yeah.
didn't serve me anymore.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be
Right.
better than my dad. Well, as a child, I didn't know how to process that.
Mhm.
What does that mean?
I didn't know what that
Really?
meant. So
Right.
he was abusive, an alcoholic,
Mhm.
didn't work. So what did I do? I wasn't abusive. I was over nurturing, probably too much.
Mhm.
I overworked.
Right.
Yo, man, didn't wash clothes till about 8 years
Mm.
after marriage. Didn't put gas in the car. Oh no, you need to be safe. I got you.
Mhm.
See, that's extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what happens when we make these promises.
Yeah.
That no one will ever, when I get older, I will never. When I get older, I'm eat all the candy I want. 'Cause I can't have candy now.
Yes.
There was a guy, he would get soda and he couldn't get his soda. And he got angry. I heard this story, a pastor told this story. And he was so angry about his soda. And his spouse had said something about, what's the deal about this soda?
Mm-hmm.
Soda, you can't tell me I can't have soda. I can have as much soda as I want. And so it was always filled with soda. And he had made a promise. When he get older, he's going to drink all the soda he wants because he couldn't get it as a kid.
Mm.
Man.
And think about how silly we are as children.
Yeah.
Right.
The things that we say we want to do and that we're not going to let happen. Oh, when I get old, I'm never going to do this. I had a relative that never wanted to grow up. I don't ever want to grow up. I don't ever want to grow up. Didn't really wake up until they were almost 50.
Wow.
Ooh, and I think one of mine, and I think we have to do our own reflection. We got to look at ourselves in the mirror. And I can tell one that I worked through hard and I still work through sometimes is when I was younger, I was tired of everybody telling me what to do. I was like,
Ooh,
man,
I'm so
I
glad
can't
you
wait
said
till
that.
I get grown. Because ain't nobody going to tell me, but I'm doing push-ups. And not only am I going to be grown, I'm going to be big and I'm doing karate. Because I don't want nobody to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Because it can be little stuff. And then as you get older, as soon as somebody try to redirect you, the first thing you say, you don't tell me what to do.
You triggered.
And
You
that's
get a
true.
trigger.
And
You
yep.
made
Don't
that
tell me when to come in the
charge.
house. Don't tell me what time to do this. Don't tell me, But I think sometimes when you don't know that, or you maybe not around the people that can identify
That's
that,
right.
then you just pack that around.
That's the importance of community.
Mhm.
Because
Right.
you need someone to see your blind side.
Mhm.
See, somebody saw my blind side and questioned me, and it was Chris. He said, man, why do you do A, B, C, and D?
Mhm.
And this is what he asked me. He said, why do you come up with an idea and you include everybody? But it's not for everybody, it's really for you. And it comes across like you're trying to get over like a salesman or something,
Mhm.
like you're being shady. He said, but because I know your heart, I know that's not it. But other people see it.
Man.
They think, man, Tyson cool, but something is off.
Mhm.
Well, the reason why I felt like I had to include everybody is because it couldn't be about me.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it has to be about all of us. And I
Right.
remember Vacation Bible School.
Right.
Oh,
12 years old.
Mhm.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
filling out this little ceramics you do in VBI.
Mhm.
You know, the little ceramics you paint on
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, I had a little book and I still got it. I'm gonna post this for people and so
Yeah.
you see. But I put Jesus Loves Tyson on this little pen holder that was shaped like a Bible.
Mm.
One
Okay.
of the little counselors that helped us came by and said, Jesus loves Tyson. She said, that's selfish. And took my little thing and showed it to another counselor. Said, look at him, just selfish, and threw it away. Said, do something else. So I wrote John 3:16. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, whosoever believe. So they thought that was okay. So I thought, well, maybe it can't be about me. Promise. Well, it can't be about me. So it's got to be about everybody, like Jesus was. Now I can't take credit for nothing. I can't own anything. If it ain't us, then we can't do it. So I got to convince you to do something that I really want to do, so I feel better about it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And that's how this stuff starts to happen.
Yes.
And I-
That is
Living
so
it out,
good.
and it affected my business, my relationship, everything, because everybody had to win, and that's not realistic. And they had to win at my expense.
Man, this is some good stuff. That's why I always love when Tyson
this is
come in the
community.
studio because he always has some nuggets. I see that Dominique has dropped his email address in here, so he wants to get a copy. Christy is on. She says, "I'm no." The first thing she said is, "That's my lifetime husband."
Which is true. Yeah.
And then the next thing she says is, "I'm so very proud of you, Tyson." Uncle Brian says the biggest promise I ever made is to not be like my father because he was abusive and a womanizer, and that is why I put women on a level over me, because a woman in your life. I'm trying to read this. Your life is a gift from God that shouldn't be abused or disrespected.
Yes.
And so then Uncle Brian also says, please send me a rough draft of the book, please, Tyson. And then Teresa has hers in there. So we'll make sure that we get you those emails.
And the thing about me, because I can go back, remember we used to come over there and play volleyball, but Tyson would lay stuff out for everybody. Really, as a matter of fact, nobody could move. You need some, you hungry? The ribs are already in your mouth. Tyson got, and so when he speaks, I go back. And then I can also go back to, because Tyson would cut my hair early because I had to go to Raider early. So me and Pastor Wiley, we be getting a haircut at 7 in the morning. I got to be at work. And Tyson would do that. I'm like, man, Tyson's just a great guy. But I can still go back. And sometimes Tyson will cut my hair and not even say nothing. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes I go, he talk about a lot of stuff. Sometimes I may go, he literally cut my hair. I'm like, Tyson, you good? I'm all right. And in my mind, I think, man, Tyson might not be all right today. But when he talk about what he's saying now, I can go back. And if I wasn't just maybe 27, 28, I might have had a nugget to be able to connect. But when we all young and we all trying to survive and we all trying to make it, then you don't know.
And survival is not thriving.
Survival.
And you're just like, we're like zombies, man.
Yeah.
Man, I got a buddy now, married. He said, I'll never live without my kids. Had a kid in college. Stayed with the girl. Knew it wasn't right. Knew it wasn't good, but did it anyway because I'll never be without my kids.
Wow.
Now he's in a relationship and miserable. Not because he cared for her, loved her. He really cared. He really wanted to be. He wanted it to work, but wasn't a good fit.
Right.
The kid was there.
Yeah.
So now they're in a relationship that they really didn't want. But the 5-year-old, the 6-year-old, him did. 7-year-old did, but not for the right reason.
Right.
And see, that's not fair to the other person.
Yeah.
You're living life through these promises that don't even serve you well. And they don't include anybody else. It's you and your promise.
Yes.
And see, me, when I look, so we all young and married. Chris, me, we all. So Tyson is right. When you leave, everybody else's wife would be like, y'all need to be like Tyson. I'd be like, I can't even be Tyson. I just can't even wait. See, Tyson cooked, he cleaned, he did this, he did that. I'm like, I don't want to do but half of that. Because that's what you have to do. But what he's saying is absolutely true. But then the thing about it is to now see it in a retrospect, it kind of throws you off because in your mind, it seemed like that would be perfect. Because most women want to be what? Not worshiped like that, but pampered and all of that stuff. All that is really what women looking for now. You know what I mean? And I even say this in relationships, not that a person can't be wrong, but I would always say to love a person the right way, they can't do wrong in your eyes, even though they can make mistakes. But to balance it more, a little bit more than that. But Tyson, you talking about some good stuff, man.
Well, and they can't think about it. God created Adam.
Yeah.
Adam still tripped.
Yeah.
He chose Saul to be the first king. He still tripped. You know what I mean? Jesus chose Judas.
Ooh.
So we choose people. They're going to mess up. They're going to make mistakes. And we can't pedestalize people. And see, I pedestalized the promise. It was an interval, and I will make her happy.
Look, we all over time. Damali, let's go back to the live.
I know,
and
right?
then Tyson, we
Yeah.
got to come back to you. One, these people got their email address to get your book. Then two, I want to give you the opportunity to give like 3 relationship tips or some advice for the people, and it'll be based on your experience. Because you've been vulnerable to come in to talk about your truth, which is a lot just to get to that point.
Right.
But I want you to give them some tips. Like if I were you and I was young or old, it don't matter. That's in your mind. Young or old depends on how you think, right? But here's some tips of you looking at getting married that I feel like would be helpful.
Okay.
So AJ and Prentice also want a copy, and they have their email addresses in here. Eli says a serious problem today is that the kids are influenced by outside sources, cell phone noise, instead of mama and daddy, and instead of teachers. So instead of those individuals. So thank you, Eli, for that comment. Mario Choice is on.
What's going on, Dr. Mario Choice? Remember Mario?
George,
he was out there Raider with us. Yeah. This is a Raider party now.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the show close, and then we'll have Tyson come back before we are out of here.
And how to follow you, your website, your Facebook, any way that the people can follow what you're doing. We want to do that at the end. Go ahead.
Okay, so tomorrow we're gonna talk about generational impact. Is gonna be our theme tomorrow. Want to remind you guys that on Friday, the big showdown is happening, August the 14th at 2:00 p.m. The candidates for District 1 City Council is going to be hosted by Eli Grayson and produced by KBOB 89.9 FM. You can watch on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and KBOB89.9.com, or you can even call in with your questions at 918-856-3973. I want to say something real quick about that. If you go to the polls and you are not informed, it is because you didn't want to know.
Right.
Because there are so many forums that are happening, so many opportunities and so many touch points that you're going to be able to have with these candidates that if you miss it, it's on you.
Yeah, you can get the information that you need.
Right. The Spreading Hope Back to School Bash is going to be happening August the 15th at 11:00 a.m. to 2:00 p.m. at B.S. Roberts Park, located at 901 North Greenwood Avenue. There's going to be free food, games, backpacks, school supplies. In addition, there's going to be free CPR, IEP, 504, youth development, and disability rights classes. Ramal, the Hometown Heat Brown, will be the MC, and registration begins at 8:30. Steph Simon, Carver Pom Pom, McLean, and Central Cheer are going to be part of the entertainment. The next free Levitt Block concert is going to be a part of this event as well. They're going to be partnering with us, and the featured artist is going to be Valerie Harding. She'll be on the stage at 12:45. So make sure you come out. This is going to be an amazing event. A lot of people out, 69 vendors thus far. So, come on out, resource tables. Early voting. August 20th and 21st, 8:00 a.m. until 6:00 p.m. And then again, August the 22nd from 8:00 a.m. until 2:00 p.m. at 2 locations. One is the Tulsa County Election Board, which is moved to 12,000 East Skelly Drive, which is basically 11th and Garnett, and Tulsa Tech Center at 4,000 West Florence over in Broken Arrow. The Empowerment Network's next convening is taking place August the 22nd at 9:00 a.m. at the 36th Street North Event Center. This is also another time for you to be able to touch and hear from the candidates that are running for District 1 City Council. So make sure that you are in attendance. Registration will be up hopefully by the end of the week.
Now.
Oh, it's up now?
It's up right now.
Registration is up right now. So you guys can go and register for that, and we'll post the link
Again,
and everything on
after
on our page. Let's see. The Black Excellence Ball and Banquet presents the Johnny Ball Legacy Impact Community Give Back. It's happening August the 22nd from 12:00 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. at Reed Community Foundation, located at 210 East Latimer Place. There's going to be free food, backpacks, school supplies, scholarship awards, free haircuts, braids for girls, live DJ, and gift card giveaways. Also on the 22nd, the back to school event at Oasis Fresh Market is taking place. It's going to be at Oasis South.
Southside.
And I do not have that address, but tomorrow I will make sure that I have that address. And they're also looking for vendors. So if you are wanting to be a vendor at this event, then just reach out to Oasis Fresh Market.
I got the address. The address is 6207 South Peoria Avenue.
Okay.
6207 South Peoria Avenue is Oasis out south.
So that is basically 61st and Peoria.
Absolutely.
South. Okay. And then the 25th, August 25th is election day. The polls will be open from 7 o'clock a.m. until 7 o'clock p.m. Make sure you get in there and get your vote in. I will be pulling the ballot and making sure that we talk about, there's several state questions that we need to talk about. So I'll pull that ballot and make sure we talk about it on the show. Gap Standards International presents Declare 2026 Prophetic Prayer Conference. It's going to be happening August the 27th through the 29th at the Renaissance Hotel, located 6808 South 107th East Avenue. This is hosted by Pastor Tom Todd and Prophetess Brenda Todd. For registration and more information, you can visit gapstandardsinternational.org. And they may be on the show this week to talk about this.
This week, next week.
Yeah. Let's see. Tulsa Dream Center North Campus Back to School Splash is happening August the 29th from 10 o'clock a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. Located 200 West 46th Street North. The splash pad is going to be there. They're going to have a foam pit, slip and slide, school resources for parents, free backpacks, and school supplies. But the children must be present.
So we're going to be hosting this live.
We're going to be
and we're
hosting
the Oasis as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be outside.
Yeah, we still
Y'all better
outside.
show up.
We already told y'all we outside for the whole
All
month.
month.
So, yeah. If you would like to advertise your events or business on the show, you can go to nycu.fm and submit a request. Somebody from our office will get back in contact with you. And don't forget, as always, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the hosts, Charles and I, and Stephen, and our guest today is Mr. Tyson Thompson, and not necessarily to this station, affiliate, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with NYCU.FM or KBOB 89.9 FM.
Mr. Tyson Thompson, man, you done came in and graced us with your presence, with some wisdom. You done dropped nuggets everywhere. The whole radio station
Tyson nuggets.
is full of Tyson nuggets. So you getting the final thought. We want to allow you to just kind of speak to the people within relationships, let them know where to follow you, how to get the book, your website, your social media, everything. Mr. Tyson, what you got?
Yep, website is TysonDThompson.com.
Okay.
And Facebook, Tyson D. Thompson. Instagram is Tyson Speaks. And TikTok is Tyson Speaks 5.
Mhm.
And thank you for having me. This is so
Yes.
important to me
Yes.
because it's caused me a lot of pain, a lot of regret, living as if I'm not even in control.
Yes.
And promises we make, they really control us.
Mhm.
And relationships is the only thing that has merit in life. Think about it. If you existed alone, would you really exist? There's nobody to affirm that you were there.
Right.
I mean, think about that.
Right.
Right.
So I would like to leave these tips.
Mhm.
Number one, people can never validate you.
Mm.
Validation comes from its creator.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one
like
that gives
that.
it its value.
Yes.
But people do affirm you. And there's a difference. Validation is an establishment. It establishes who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But affirmation testifies that's who you are.
Yes.
So that's why I say I see
like
your
that.
value.
Mhm.
I can't give it, but I see it.
Mhm.
And oftentimes we allow other people to give us our worth. And if they don't praise us, if they don't receive us, if they don't accept us, then we own that as identity. If
Right.
it can change, your identity can't be based on it. Because if
Ooh.
it changes, your identity changes with it.
Right.
So it has to come from a source. And I like the scripture. It says, God says that he says, I chose you in John 15:16. He says, I chose you.
Right.
The reason why you have
Come
value
on.
because God has chosen you. Anything that is chosen has purpose. And if it has purpose, it has value. Number two, build your community first before you try to build romance. You need a
Ooh,
community.
that's deep. You hear that? Yeah.
And that's what we don't have.
Right.
We need somebody to say, Tyson, you don't need to be married. Chris told me, my buddy said, Tyson, don't do it. He said, I don't know what's wrong with you. He said, man, what? He
I
said,
can see Chris saying, you know,
And
Chris.
I can just see it. Don't do
man,
it.
he said, what? He had his glasses on.
Oh, and he had his glasses.
Yeah.
He had his glasses on. And he said, man, what's wrong with you? Why you always got to be up under some woman? Because that's where my validation came, pleasing a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he told me, what's wrong with you? And I said, I don't know. And I went searching for it because I had community. That's how I found it. Somebody saw my blind side and held me accountable. So community is more important than romance. And then number 3, if you want to be in a relationship and be married, remember this, it's not a promise from God. Marriage is not a promise from God. And that may be hard for a lot of sisters to hear, but it's not a promise. But he says that you can be satisfied in me. He says, I'll fill your cup. He says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures.
Right.
He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. I was the guy that did everything probably that a woman would want. And as a matter of fact, this is what somebody told me. The way you loved me was perfect. She said, I know you're not perfect, but the way you loved me was perfect. And if we get back together, or if you get with somebody else, love them the same way because it was perfect.
Wow.
But I just wasn't ready. God loves us perfectly.
Right.
And he will never change. And sometimes we're not ready. So allow God to be the one that restores your soul, to lead you beside the still waters. Because romance is very, very minimal.
Yeah.
It's not even, it's the least of all the relationships.
Yeah.
You need covenant, you need purpose, you need vision. And that comes from your source that validates you. And then you hang around people that affirm who you are.
Yes.
And that's how you build a healthy, strong community. Be healthy first. See, communities help build healthy people. And then healthy people become better partners.
Yeah, I love
But what
it.
we do is we go into relationships broken. And we're expecting people to fix.
Yeah.
This is the last thing. It's like getting a beater. And you going from New York to LA.
Right.
And you got to go to see LeBron James play. That's your team. Or if you're going from LA to New York to see Brunson, right?
Right.
And you got a beater for a car.
Yeah.
And you got a week to get there. You can get there in a week.
Yeah.
But man, you go 200 miles, your transmission break. Now you're in some little podunk town. It's going to take a week for the transmission to get there. And then once you get the transmission, you know, Johnny Be Good is sick. He can't fix it because he got one mechanic. Just think about all the things it takes to have a beater. It keeps breaking down before you even get to your destination.
Right.
So get with people that are healthy and whole. So now when you go on your journey, you may have some hiccups like a flat. That's easily fixable. You may have to pull over and get gas, get a snack. You know what I mean? But that's good. You know, you might have a bird that hits your window and now you got to get off and clean it. But it's not a transmission, a radiator, an axle bust.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are major things that we're not meant to fix.
Yeah.
Right.
We're meant to help manage in relationships, but we can't fix it.
Yes.
Ooh, Damali, what's
That's
your
good
final
stuff.
thought?
No.
Tyson done dropped them gems on us.
Tyson always drops
Yeah.
gems, and I am always so excited when he comes into the studio because he just makes you think, you know, like I'm sitting here thinking, like, what promises did I make to myself? Like, I'm really going to go home and write these down so that I can start to examine, like, you know, why I do some of the things I do.
Yeah.
You know, because I can remember making some, you know, comments about, you know, I'm going to do this because I saw that. You know, or I'm not gonna do this because I saw that. You know, so yeah, I think it's just always and I think you just do it subconsciously,
and we don't know it.
Yeah,
but like you said, take down metacognition. Sit down and write it out.
Write it out.
Like why am I this way?
Yeah.
But this is how you get there quicker. Ask 5 people. Who am I? What do I look like? How am I under pressure? And they'll tell you. That's what community does because it's like a mirror, and relationships are mirrors to reflect back. You know. It's like you're my mirror. That's Timberlake song.
Yeah.
Put that song on and write that stuff down. And you'll start to see people will tell you who you really are and what you look like. And then ask yourself, why do I do that? When did it first start? When did I start acting like this and moving like this?
Right. And you probably need to get with your friends that know how to give you constructive criticism, but maybe not the friend in the hood that say you ain't nothing but a dirty dish rag blown in the wind on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Now you know her.
Don't ask that person.
Don't ask that person.
Don't ask that
bold.
person.
You got to be bold now.
And see, I'm writing a book called "I Didn't Know I Was Stupid Until My Friend Told Me." And you have to be humble to let somebody tell you the truth about you.
Yeah.
It's about submitting and sitting under community to help you be better. Remember, a good relationship does 2 things. It will reveal your strengths, but it exposes weaknesses.
And I think we've got to learn how to accept our weakness. Like so I'm going to just be transparent here for a second and just say this. When it's somebody that I know and trust and love, they hurt my feelings more when they say something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's somebody that I just really didn't know.
Yeah.
And if you said, oh man, that dress is ugly. Then, I'm like, I don't care. But if it's somebody that I know, trust, and love, and you said it, I'm like, oh man, that hurt my feelings. I'm feeling some kind of way.
And we should be past all that, you think.
Right.
Yeah.
But somewhere in there, we're still looking for some kind of approval.
Yeah.
From these people.
Yeah.
And oftentimes it's the people you're closest to.
Yeah, but your best friend got to say that's an ugly shirt you about to wear to this
and
party.
That's what you want. You got a booger in your nose. Tell
right,
me.
You got a
tell
booger.
me.
But you got to be healthy to receive that. But see, when your identity is already established, you know how to love first.
Yeah.
And that's one of the books in the chapter.
Yeah.
It's called Love First, and then I wish I had love first.
Yeah.
But when you're healthy, it's easy to take constructive criticism.
Right. We got to go, y'all. Look, this conversation is going to continue. We appreciate y'all tuning in to the Community Wake Up Morning Show. I knew we was in trouble because of the shirt Tyson got on. Who's the master? Show enough. That's everybody's favorite movie right there, Tyson. We love you. Hey, when you get ready to do your book release, say you're welcome to come back to the Community Wake Up. Bring us a copy, sign it, because it'll be a part of my treasure chest. So absolutely. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Encourage you because you are a light and you do add value to our community, and it means a lot. Thank y'all for tuning in to Community Wake Up Show. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Hopper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
Stephen Keys, our producer. Shout out to Uncle Bobby B and JB Smooth. We're going to see y'all on Thankful Thursday. Y'all have a blessed day now.